How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here, your Ginger Jolly Geek. Welcome back to another Saturday Night Live. And as ever, I've assembled a crack team of YouTube royalty. We're joined by James T of the Keegan. How are you, James?
Ew! What's up?
You indeed. Are you well?
I'm very good. I've been eating lobster today. I've been living the high life, so it's been quite good. Yeah,
lobster soaked in Guinness by any chance? Or?
There was some lobster and there was some Guinness. Peter,
yeah.
But I'm not obnoxiously drunk like I have been here before. So
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I was talking to a member of Instagram royalty today at a convention, and I did mention that there was a chance you might be a little bit drunk tonight. And do you know what he said?
Just I think a little bit is like.
Do you know
possible,
what he said?
But
do you know what he
what
said?
did he say?
He said, "Good, James. Drunk James is the best James." So I think.
Well, that's what I like to hear, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, but for the viewer, not necessarily
the viewer,
us.
not for the
But,
panel.
you know. Yeah,
because I'm an obnoxious bastard who just
An
talks
obnoxious
over
bastard.
everybody.
Yeah.
Potato.
Potatoes. Anyway,
Potato.
moving on from James, we've got Luke. How are you, Luke?
I'm good. I've never actually met Drunk James. I've never.
I thought you were going to say you
What's
were
for the best.
Other than watching on the rewind, of course.
Yeah. Oh well, you'll have an experience tonight, Luke. How are you? Are you well?
I'm good. I'm a bit sunburnt. I don't know if you can
I
see
can
that.
see
up there.
that. Yeah. Oh, you ginger. You shouldn't be allowed out in the sun.
I know. I foolishly thought that I could go out and paint the fences.
I mean,
and,
I have a funny story about sunburn, but we'll maybe come to that later on, Dr. Von Hoot. GP Venom, how are you, sir?
I'm good. And James T. Keegan, with a drink in him, he's all right. He's actually calm tonight.
With 1 to 6, I think I'm fine. When it's like 10 plus, it's like dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James,
This is you got 1 to 6.
I've had like 12 today.
Right.
But I had some lobster to sober up a bit. So I think that's
Great.
James, all you've got to say, it is what it is, sir.
It is what it is, isn't it?
It is what
A
it
few
is.
potatoes and I'd be right.
A few potatoes.
Let's see how this show's going to go already. JP, I mean, I'm going to try and say it without vomiting in my mouth. How many subs are you at now, sir?
Do you want an official count?
It is an honor, genuinely.
An official count.
For you to give us little YouTubers your time of day.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's a shame that James got access
38,000
to this, or else I would have been muting him. Like, I just know he don't mute himself. What were you saying,
38,000. 655.
38,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
You bastard.
Yeah.
Wow. I
It's
mean,
only
yes,
up a couple
we're all very happy for you.
Anybody can do it.
7,000 more than Luke, isn't it?
Anybody can do it. To be fair, look, anybody can do it. Just put shorts out. Some of them go viral. You're going to get it. And it can happen to anybody. I was just lucky, honestly.
Yeah.
Nah, well done, man. It's
Well, thank you very much.
an achievement. Genuinely, like so.
Good stuff.
I'll get bollocked after the show of Peter. Really, rat bastard.
No, mate, seriously, very well done to you.
No, thank you very much.
And I know you were saying before the show that you just had the similar kind of issues as I've had with good old YouTube policies and processes and stuff. So yeah,
Oh, the bastards!
I feel your pain.
Yeah.
Dr. Von Hoot, how are the knees?
They are much better, actually. Like, I need not have messaged you yesterday. They took care of themselves.
You know you've hit a phase of your friendship when you start getting photos of people's ailments via
You asked for the photo. Like, you definitely asked for the photo.
As long as he never sends you a double Polaroid, you're fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, poor Von Hoot had a little bit of sunburn on his kneecaps.
Yes, I badly burnt my knees, and they
How does that
blistered
happen?
like you wouldn't believe.
How do you burn your knees and not anything else?
I went to the beach wearing a full hoodie, like over my head, huddled over, and just didn't think about my knees. Like, and it nuked them. Like,
Fair enough.
absolutely,
And they were well nuked. I mean, yeah,
they are nuked. There's a reason why I spend all night awake. Okay, I don't do sun. It doesn't happen.
I mean, I'm a qualified nurse of 20 odd years, and when he sent us the photos, I did gag. It was like, it was a bit rough. Yeah.
You asked for it.
It's nice to see you anyway, my friend. I'm glad you're a bit better. Efren. You will need to chastise you a little because you had the honour of going on Rob of the Fat Stacks' show, and you let yourself down, Efren, showing some low grade poor books. I have to say. Do you not try a bit harder? Do you not think?
Yeah, I was just on Rob's channel, so this is the first time I've done YouTube live back to back. I debated whether or not to come on your show, Peter. Not because I don't know if I get tired, but you do it all the time. So I said, you know what, man, suck it up, get on this channel, and if you guys want to see any of my comic books, they're still right around me. I'll show them every now and then if you guys want to.
How would it have looked though if you couldn't do the show back to back and I did?
Yeah, I know. You put pressure on me.
Yeah.
I'll see you there. Okay, sure.
But no, in all honesty, Efren, I mean, obviously, I've worked with you on YouTube for a long time now as well.
Yeah,
I know your collection is obscenely impressive, but the show tonight was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Really, really good show. And
Peter,
you also
say that
showed
like
off
you
your
don't
waistcoat.
have like 60 Hot Toys,
Well, yes, but
his
I
collection
don't have
is
60
impressive.
Stan Lee signed books, which Efren does,
That's a fair point.
So yeah, and you showed off your waistcoat, Efren. So very, very pleased, mate.
and
Great show.
once again, since Rob's here, thank you so much for having me on your channel.
Oh, thank you. It was a freaking blast.
Yeah.
And speaking of Rob, how are you feeling today, sir?
Oh, it's just Ducky.
Dougie, good stuff. Good stuff. Are you well?
Yeah. I've actually got outside of the house today. Got up early. We went to the farmer's market, so I actually saw what outside looks like. Not impressed. But
outside's the worst. It just hurts you. Don't do it.
Outside isn't bad. It's the people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I agree with that.
I had a little local con this week that I went to that was phenomenal. So yeah, I'm good.
Good stuff. Good stuff, mate. And like I've just said, brilliant show tonight. So thank you for that. It was really good fun.
And
Okay,
congratulations to you on your nomination for the CBCA Awards for the
And-
statue unboxing.
And congratulations to you, and to Dr. Von Hoot, but we'll
Yes.
mention that in a little bit. Okay, guys. So just before we hit the chat, just going to quickly go over a few things that are happening on my channel, just the usual stuff. Few different shows for you to go back and check out. My monetization misery video is still there. My why I sold my entire collection. Incredible bit of clickbait on that one. I'm quite proud of that. CGC Keys Unboxing 1 and 2. Well, I forgot part 2's gone out tonight at 6 o'clock. So I'll have to check on how that's doing. So part 2 of that is out at the moment with a whole host of Kanto books. So if anybody's a fan of Kanto, I've got 4 of those came back. They're the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives. So I got decent grades on all of them. So check that one out. Done a couple of episodes of This Is My, one with Jason Parker recently and one with John's Comics with Kids. And hopefully next Saturday we'll be doing This Is My with Rob Fatstacks. So looking forward to that if we can get the time. So was it next Saturday or the Saturday after?
I don't know. I
Can't remember, mate. I can't remember. I'll have a look. I can't remember if it was next Saturday or the Saturday after. We did this talk toys earlier in the week. That was great fun. We had a good laugh on that. So if you like action figures, Lego, dear God, 1/6 scale figures, all that kind of stuff, and games, please do check that one out. On Monday night coming, we've got our phase 2 of the Marvel Universe best and worst scenes, where myself, James T. Keegan, Ben, the attention seeking geek, and of course Efren will be picking our favorite scenes. So expect a lot of interesting stuff in that. So that's going out on Monday. Wanted to just mention this. He's behind us there, where I've got my 1/6 scale Battle Cat unboxing video that went live on Friday or Thursday. That's a friggin' beast. It's a monster of a figure. So please do go check that out. Luke, you've got yours hopefully coming in the next week or so.
Yeah, I hope so. Obviously here in the UK it's a bank holiday, so I've had my dispatch email, and I know that a few days after you received yours, you then had to pay the import fees.
Customs charge.
Yeah, so I haven't had that email come through yet, but I imagine it would then be delivered the following day after I get that email.
Yeah,
So
it was a
hopefully
couple of days.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Good stuff.
And I'm ready to go with a video myself once I receive it. So fingers crossed that'll.
I think you'll love it, Luke. It's a tremendous piece.
Do you know what it is about that? Absolutely love the box art.
Yeah, box art's
Keep the
nice.
figure. I'll just show the box art now.
Yeah. Just stick with the box. I wanted to mention this myself, Ben, the attention seeking geek, and James Keegan last night talked about Ahsoka in Ben's Intronali. So basically, what Ben does for his Intronali series is he does a review on the first episode and then he does a review on the last episode. So we did that last night. It was great fun. We're going to touch on Ahsoka in a little bit because I'm very keen to find out what everybody's views are.
It took me longer to watch this video than it did to watch the show.
It's about the
Is that
same
right?
runtime. It is,
Yeah, about the same time, yeah. And there's a big shout out to the UK YouTube live community. We've got This Week in Metropolis, the Nerd Herd, Killer Comic Show, and of course, The Grey Man. Okay, let's quickly jump to the chat because the chat is pumping tonight. We've got 26 people watching. Thank you very much, everybody. Please do hit that like and
Japers, that's a
subscribe
lot of people.
button. Hit the like and subscribe button for all of the channels: James T. Keegan, Hydra Collectibles, Passpoint Comics, Dr. Von Hoot, GP Venom, and of course Rob Fatstacks. Your support is always
I
appreciated.
have a proposition for the chat.
Oh God.
Peter, I don't know if you remember, we did a hot sauce show.
Yeah,
a
and then he
few months
killed
ago.
Jason Parker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we had like the hottest of the hot sauces.
No, I found two more.
We have since then, but I have a proposition, right? So there's what 26 people. Okay, if we get to 40 likes on this video, I'll take a spoonful of the hottest hot sauce.
Right. Okay.
Fine.
40,
James, you
40
like
likes.
sauce.
Everybody hit that.
I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Hit that like.
Yeah.
Hit that like button. If we get to 40, let me know when we get to 40.
Give me a second. I've got to set up some dummy accounts.
I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
I will,
In
I will
fact,
take a
James,
spoon-
if we
like-
get to 50, James, you can down the bottle.
if we
can't
get to 50, I'll shoot myself on screen.
If we get
you?
to
Let's not
60,
do
James will
let's
pass
not
out.
do that.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. We've got StreamYard in the chat. Look at Efren liking
Quack,
straight
quack.
away.
That's right.
We've got StreamYard. Thank you for joining. We've got Chris Bell. Chris, absolute pleasure to meet you today. I'll mention that again a little bit later on, but lovely to see you today.
Ah, that's nice.
We've got who said bastards there? Did someone say bastards? I thought-
That's nice.
Oh, we've got good old Deadman. Always a pleasure, Deadman. Always nice to see you, sir. We've got Ian. Thank you very much for being here, my friend. And we've got good old Fuzzy. Who's going to be ridiculous panel member of the week this week? I think you know the answer to that, Fuzzy. We've got Sean. Always a pleasure to see you, Sean. Oh, and we've got Jason Parker. Always nice to see you, Jason. Please go and check out Jason's recent unboxing videos. It's very, very cool. He's got a superb UK comic which he sent off and came back at a very nice grade. So yeah, please do check that out. We've got Noble Young. Thank you very much for joining, Noble Young. Well, 31 people watching. Bloody hell.
What's
Thank you
going
very
on?
much, everybody. Hit that like button so we can kill James. We've got Wayne Deacon. Thank you for joining, Wayne. Cliff on Comics. Thank you for joining, Cliff. Nice to see you, my friend. We've got Kenneth Bird. Nice to see you. Thank you very much. Fuzzy. Talking of ghosts, meet GP. That's harsh, Fuzzy. That's harsh.
And I made you the sheriff.
You made him, yeah, the sheriff of your channel. No, he's not.
I'm not
Nate. He's
Jason. No, I'm not.
gone through the same
Fuck you,
malarkey as
Joe.
me. Yeah, with reused content, unfortunately. Oh, well,
Bring on the
MJ
sponsors.
Comics. Excuse me. Thank you for joining MJ Comics. MJ Comics. I'm seeing MJ Comics. I know it's you, James. I don't doubt it's Mikey. If it's James, we must get you on This Is My as soon as possible, mate. Drop us a line with some suggested dates. That goes for anybody else as well. If I haven't had you on This Is My, the interview show, please drop us a line. Love to have some more people on that. Collecting with Durs. Always nice to see you. Thank you very much. Jason, that was so clickbaity. I learned from the master, Mr. Parker. Yeah, thank you very much. Oh, we've got Connie. Nice to see you, Connie. Hey, I'm getting a sore throat. Too many here. We've got 6 Scale Padawan. Thank you for joining, Keith. Always nice to see you. And we've got Hulk Collector 82. Kevin, nice to see you. And we've got the Comic Vet. Hello, fam. We need to get you on the show as well, mate. You know, if you open invite Comic Vet, if you ever fancy coming on after Rob Fatstack's show, please do just let us know, and we can get you on here as well to talk all things nerdy. Let's have a look. And we've got the Empire Strikes. Thank you. Oops. Is that James? You fucking
Do-
about James?
Do you know what it is, though, Pete? I've got 4
What?
accounts and I've just hit the like button 4 times.
Good man, good man. We've got the Empire Strikes. Nice to see you. And we've got my pal Pad Bear. Thank you very much. Okie dokie. Right. Wowzers. I think that's everybody. Let's crack on, guys. We've got some news to get through, and then we've got some shows and things to discuss. As ever, I've just picked out some interesting little bits and bobs and just thought I'd have a bit of a chat about. But we're going to start off on a slightly somber note. I'm going to hand over to the good doctor himself because you are probably the most qualified person to talk about these gentlemen. Dr. Von Hoot, take it away.
You're muted.
Couldn't see if he's...
Yeah, sorry guys, I had a problem with the computer. Yeah, unfortunately, this week was it's a really important week for wrestling, but it's a really sad week for in a much more serious way. Unfortunately, we lost Terry Funk, who is a legendary wrestler. He was 79 when he passed, and more shockingly, because we were aware that Terry had dementia and various health issues. Wyndham Rotunda, more commonly known as Bray Wyatt, sadly passed away earlier in the week. And it's tragic. He was 36. And it sounds like it was complications with COVID and a heart attack. And it's floored the wrestling industry, really, because he was a really well-liked guy and very, very talented. His charisma was unparalleled, an amazing promo. That's the main thing that I take away from him. His promo skills are
storytelling,
top level stuff. And I mean, same goes for Terry Funk. The man was one of the greatest promos ever, and had a career that spanned, it's got to be close to 50 years if it isn't. And he wrestled everywhere, became a star everywhere, including Japan, which is not the easiest thing to do, particularly in the 70s, and he was over like Rover. I mean, he was just amazing and so influential on untold amount of wrestlers, basically going right the way through to ECW, where is more like, if you're a modern fan, probably that's where you'd know him from, which is his hardcore wrestling style with ladders and barbed wire and all sorts of craziness. But he, before that, an amazing technical wrestler as well, and brawler, everything.
Yeah,
both of them
styles.
It's a really sad loss for wrestling, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about it because we did lose them.
Yeah.
The thing with Terry Funk as well is, like, because he was great friends with Mick Foley.
Oh yeah,
you wouldn't have had Mick Foley the way he was in his
prime. You probably wouldn't have Mick Foley at all at this point without Terry Funk.
True. And I'll just say about Bray Wyatt, I watched the thing they did on SmackDown this morning. I'm not really into wrestling now. I dipped out about 2005. But when Bray Wyatt come back when he was on the scene doing the Wyatt family, and that's when I started getting a little bit more into it. So he was getting me back into wrestling, and he was just a creative genius in that way.
Yeah,
he was bringing the old kayfabe days back with the Fiend and the Wyatt family, and he was absolutely brilliant. Such a sad loss at the age of 36.
Yeah, and the thing that really kind of surprises us with it all was that we knew that Wyatt was out after his last match because he was ill, and we got little bits and pieces. We didn't get a lot, but we got little bits and pieces saying that it was a serious, life-threatening issue, and then that he was getting, rumors were he was getting better, and that even his dad was suggesting that he was on his way out, way back. And then all of a sudden, it's just like out of the blue when you thought his return was imminent. And then you unfortunately see this. It's just
36 years age. That's I think that's a good stark reminder to all to make sure that you're living your life to the full and enjoying every day.
And remind everybody that COVID is still a freaking thing. People.
Mate, so, as you know, I work in a hospital. We've got 60 odd patients now with COVID. It's not gone.
My boss has got it.
Just, Anyway, thank you for doing that, Von Hoot. Appreciate that, mate. A tragic loss.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about some nerdy stuff. So, first images from Apple TV Godzilla spin-off series. I didn't even realize this was a thing, and I certainly didn't realize that Kurt Russell was in it, which got us a little bit excited because I do love Kurt Russell. Anybody excited for this? Anybody? Godzilla
I am
fan?
now. I know Kurt Russell's in it. Yeah,
Yeah,
let's go.
Just seeing Kurt and Wyatt Russell like playing the same character in two
Yeah.
different timelines is great, and something I've kind of wanted to see for a very long time. You know, like since Wyatt Russell kind of emerged as an actor. Like from what we've seen, it's a very big budget, and I think with the like multiple timelines, you can kind of explore some of the like the Kong Skull Island kind of timeline as well. Like some characters from that are gonna pop up in it too. So yeah, very excited for this. I think it's a cool universe, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of it.
Yeah, I'm the same, James. I mean, I know people have got the faults with the recent MonsterVerse movies, but I've found them all quite good fun, to be honest. Luke, you're a big monster fan. Are you a fan of this franchise? Are you looking forward to this series?
Yeah, I mean, I've liked all the Godzillas that I've ever watched, right from the old, Japanese style ones all the way through to modern day. I even like the one with Matthew Broderick, which I know is quite controversial.
Yeah, I quite like it as well.
My only concern with the casting announcement is that we all thought Bryan Cranston was going to be in that movie a lot more than he was. So I'm wondering if it's just a bit role or if he is actually going to be in it for a period of time.
Yeah. Jason Parker's just saying here that Wyatt Russell's playing Kurt's younger self. I mean, I would imagine that Kurt Russell will not be in it a great deal. It'll be minimal kind of set pieces, I would have thought. Hi, Andy. Thank you very much for joining, bud. What about you, Rob? Are you a fan of the Godzilla universe?
No, I was when I was a young kid, and I like the original man in giant rubber suit costume versions.
Yeah.
But all the modern stuff, I don't really care about that.
Not
You
a
want
fan.
to give me some more Kaiju? Give me freaking Ultraman.
See, I've never seen anything of Ultraman. I've never watched any Ultraman. I need to get on that. Jason Parker, every opportunity, this man, shameless, every opportunity. My good friend, Adam Wingard. I think he's met him once. Do you know what I mean? But he likes to...
I mean, I personally, if we're talking like giant monsters...
I swear to God, if you're talking about Friends and you're going to say Kevin Eastman...
No. I was making the point about giant monster movies. I want to see more from the Cloverfield universe. I really enjoy that film, and I like some of the stuff that they kind of roped into it all, like the mystery surrounding it with the other little spin-offs. But I just want more. Like if they can give us a lot more of that, that's what I'm interested in.
Have you seen? I'm liking Rob's little image there. Have you seen the Cloverfield figure that's just been announced, Luke?
No, but I've always wanted the original one that they released, but it's so expensive. So who's selling that one?
I can't remember. I saw it on Instagram today, and I can't remember if it was Super 7 or not, but it looked amazing. It looked really cool. Yeah, we'll have to have a look. Fuzzy knows me well. You'll hate Ultraman, Pete. Okay, is it? I mean, the images I've seen, it just looks like Power Rangers. Is it kind of Power Rangers-y? No, not keen. I thought this was interesting. David Harbour says Stranger Things End is bigger than anything we've done in the past, which is a shame because I was expecting, them to be not as exciting and much more low key. I don't understand this comment at all. What was he? Were they going to dial it back for the last season? Is anybody excited about the next season?
I just assumed it was going to be a really intimate setting where they would all sit round a table, talk,
have tea and coffee.
Yeah, do the Game of Thrones episodes that are really dull, where they're just talking to each other.
I mean that I did have a chuckle when I read it because I thought, you know what it is? You're not going to go on and put out for PR next season, the last ever season of Stranger Things. We're going to dial it right back and just have a chilled kind of 6 episodes. That said, I am very excited for the next season of Stranger Things. I know we've talked about it briefly here before. Rob, remind us, was it you that said you hadn't seen Stranger Things?
Yeah, I haven't seen Stranger Things.
Yeah. I mean, it's a phenomenal season. Certainly the last season I thought was phenomenal. I know, James, you're a big fan. Efren, you a big fan of Stranger Things?
Hang on, I just posted something on Instagram for everybody to go to your YouTube channel and hit 40 likes because James is going to eat chili. I just posted it on Instagram.
I'll just remind everyone we're at 30 likes now. Peter, you're welcome. This is truly enticing people to hit like that buttons. We're at 30 right now, so 10 more likes, guys, and I'm hitting that. Hot sauce. So
Jason's just saying 10 Cloverfield Lane is amazing. That the one with John Goodman, where it's in the bunker underneath. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one.
I love Stranger Things, by the way. Last season, if it would have ended with the way last season ended, I would have been happy. Because it was each season seems to amp it up, go to the next level. I don't know how they're going to top last season, but it's the last one. We shall see. And it's probably going to be delayed, and this is already finished because of the strike. I don't know.
I don't know, mate. Well, I would imagine because it was already a massive kind of lying time for it, wasn't it? It was like about 2 years or something. Chris is bang on there. Stranger Things doesn't need hype. I thought that last season was just banger after banger. Every episode was incredible. So yeah, looking forward to that. GP, are you a fan?
Stranger Things?
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, love it. I'm also a big Godzilla fan as well, Pete.
Yeah. Did I not ask you that? No. Did I not?
No.
I do apologize. Yeah. What are your thoughts on Godzilla, GP?
I haven't seen anything from the initial teaser trailer, Ginger Kong.
Right.
But yeah. I'll definitely watch it when it comes out. But Stranger Things, massive fan of Stranger Things.
Good stuff.
So I can't wait to see what they do with the new series.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be cool.
Absolutely.
Now, looking forward to stuff. Rob, going to come to you first. Peter Dinklage wields the mop for Toxic Avengers reboot. Toxic Avenger. Wowzers. Are we excited for Toxic Avenger?
No.
That's the right answer, Rob. Well done.
The Troma films are classics of B-movie cinema in their own right. Maybe B-movie might be a stretch, maybe it's C-movie, but they should not be any of them. Not a single one of them should be a part of a remake, reimagining, updating, any of those things. It's no.
I find this really hard because Luke, sorry, I'll come to you in a second, Luke. Just a second, mate. I find this really hard because my only memory of Toxic Avenger is that horrendous original movie. I didn't watch the cartoon or the toys, which I know Luke did.
Horrendous.
So I've got
you out of your mind?
I've got no
Again, I went back to
this.
classic. I said,
yeah.
I think were the words I used, but
Luke, what do you think?
Classic, not horrendous.
I mean, they're not masterpieces of cinematography or anything, but they're Troma films. They belong on the same comment line with Full Moon Studios and stuff. It's like actually don't even.
There
was
a scene where a car deliberately drives over the head of a paperboy. Yeah,
and it
deliberately, and it explodes, and it's brilliant.
I mean, I might have missed that. I might have to go back and rewatch. Luke, what do you think?
I do like those like B movies and all the tropes that come along with it. So I've got nothing negative to say about those. Whether or not it needs a reboot, whether or not a reboot can actually reach that same level. Like these films were good and classic because of the low budgets and how they were. I think if you start adding like Peter Dinklage and everyone else, it's too much. Like it takes away that charm of what those were. But yeah, like you say, I used to watch the animated series, which was redubbed the Toxic Crusaders. And yeah, I loved those Playmate toys. Like they are some of the brightest, like toxic colored toys that you could ever own. They're superb, and they always catch my eye. If I'm at a toy fair or anything like that, you can see them a mile off.
I don't know if I might be pleasantly surprised. We'll see. Guys, we've got 7 people on the panel, so I'm not going to come to you individually for every image we show. So if you've got anything you want to add, put your hand up or shout out or something like that before I move on. Okay. We'll go to Efren first.
Just to let you know, I'm sending individual messages to people on Instagram to log onto your channel. Just letting you know, I'm sending people to hit that like button. So,
Efren, you're doing a grand job. You're doing a grand job, my friend. Thank you. Working away in the background there. Good stuff. Von Hoot.
I think that this could be the greatest movie of this year. The Toxic Avenger.
I mean, that's a hell of a statement.
Yeah. I'm saying it now. If they handled it correctly,
surely. I mean, that's
it could blow your mind. I actually haven't seen Barbie, to be fair, so I don't
Barbie's
know.
great. You should
But
do
I
it.
want to see all the Trauma remade. I want to see Sergeant
wait.
Kabuki Man remade.
Oh, what?
I want Sergeant Kabuki Man. And
I know who it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who it is.
But you don't want to
classic.
see. You don't want to see a remake of Tromeo and Juliet. Oh, come on.
Yeah, to be fair, that one you can leave alone.
We don't really
That's
need
fine.
Class of Newcomb High either. Really.
No, Class of Nukem High is great. It's amazing.
It is,
Plus,
as
they
a
already
trauma film.
remade it, like sort of. They
It
did
is as a
Nukem.
trauma
High
film.
is amazing.
Yeah, as a trauma film, you cannot remake it. You cannot remake it.
Yeah,
They already remade it. It's called the Class of Nukem High.
Oh,
and
Jesus
Lloyd
Christ.
directed it a couple of years ago. Yeah,
It's the thing about Toxic Avenger. Peter Dinklage in the lead. That means Toxie's going to be CGI, and that worries
No,
me.
he is
No, he's
going to
not.
play him. I think. You look at that image.
They'll
I
just
think
do
that
Toxic
is
Avenger,
Toxie.
everything from low. They'll just do low cameras shooting up. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, he looks small. Nah,
Yeah.
it's not going to work. It's going to be shit.
He's still going to kill him. It's going to be great.
It's going to be shit.
Right, guys, I have to call an end to the Toxic
Call
Crusader.
it, Pete. Call it.
Madness. Yeah, I mean, even Fizzy said, "Come on,
Bullshit.
move on. You move on." Yeah, we
let's
need
go
to
on.
get
If,
it.
if the sheriff is saying it,
Sheriff's saying, "Move on." This made me really laugh. Taika Waititi says Thor 5 needs a villain stronger than Hela. I'm more interested in this, in all the bloody press that surround this. I think he gave an interview where he said pretty much that. And then all of a sudden, all of the news outlets picked it up, and it was he's directing the next Thor 5. He's got a script sorted. He's doing it. And it's bollocks. He hasn't. I think he's just waded in and said he thinks it needs a stronger villain. And I think my views are exactly the same as Chris's here. It doesn't need him at all. We should move on from him. Are we interested in seeing another Taika Waititi Thor movie?
didn't Chris Hemsworth say he doesn't want to work with Taika?
Well,
again?
Chris Hemsworth a while ago said that he had no interest in following the same kind of humor.
Yeah, he wants
wanted
he
to
wants
go
a
back to
fresh,
stronger,
take.
yeah,
on it.
fresh take.
Yeah.
Which absolutely I would agree with, because I thought the last
Absolutely.
movie was
It's funny though that like we had Ragnarok, which felt like the fresh take on it, and then
Yeah,
one movie after that, we're already like,
Yeah.
okay, give us a new
Yeah.
thing.
yeah,
I love Taika Waititi. I think he's a fantastic.
Yeah,
director.
no,
regardless
absolutely,
of the newest Thor movie, I think he's a fantastic director, and
yeah.
I think hopefully he would learn lessons from the newest one and kind of pull back, I guess, on the humor, the ridiculousness of
definitely.
that.
I mean, he's done some incredible stuff,
Mm.
and I think he was just let loose too much on that Thor movie, and he went mad.
They should just move on. Get somebody else, a fresh take. Come on. How hard is that?
But and plugging it as Hercules being a big part of it.
Well, he was teased very much at the end,
Yeah,
wasn't he?
presumably.
Yeah.
He
I
would be,
think it was like more to do with
Yeah.
like Hercules being properly introduced
Yeah.
in MCU.
And people think he's going to get a Star Wars job.
Oh, good God, no.
I'm
Well, no,
absolutely
that's
with
the,
Padme here.
next movie, isn't it? Like that's supposed to be
Yeah,
that's actually happening. Like as far as we're aware, so we'll see. Yeah.
I'm with Padme here. Bring back Kenneth Branagh. I really enjoyed his movies.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, moving on from Thor. Unless anybody else, anyone else want to say anything about Thor? No, marvelous.
How many likes are we at?
Charles Martinet. I can't say what's his Martinet.
Martinet.
James,
Oh
you
yeah,
know this guy?
yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard about Charles Martinet.
Is stepping
Right.
back from being the voice of Mario.
He-
Interesting.
Yeah, step. It sounds like it's his choice, but I think he's kind of been forced out. Is kind of the how everybody's been interpreting it. Yeah, he's been the voice of Mario since I think Mario 64. So it's been like
Why is he
20
being forced out?
Nintendo just wants a new voice for it, I guess. I don't know. There's not really any rhyme or
I mean,
reason to
are you making
why.
that up? Is that did you get that from Simon, or is that true?
No, I didn't get it from Simon, which makes it probably true. If it was
Okay,
from Simon, it'd be
okay.
bullshit. No, from what I've seen, I've heard about this. Like I heard the story, and from what I've seen, it's people are a bit miffed, and it seems like he didn't want to leave. It was kind of like outside of his control, so he's been kind of forced out of the role. He is like iconic, as that like whoo, like he's Mario to a lot of people, and yeah, it just seems like he didn't want to leave, and they've kind of made him, and it's the next game coming out is it's not going to be him. It's going to be weird.
But I think we've hit the kind of, well, certainly I have, I've hit the age now where a lot of my childhood heroes and cartoons, like your Peter Cullens and people like that, they are getting on now. So the voices will change unless they do a Star Wars and sell their the voice likeness to AI and whatnot.
Yeah. Which for Mario, quite easy to just
continue, James.
AI.
You froze there for a second, mate.
Sorry, for Mario, it would be quite easy to just have an AI do those like sound effects. I think because he doesn't have much extended dialogue. Like it's very much like a one line here and there, you know. So it'd be quite easy.
I think Chris is bang on there. A lot of these voice cast actors can do making an excellent living on the Comic-Con circuit.
100%. And he gets around, like he's at a lot of conventions. I've met him I met him at one, but he's been at a few that I've been at. So it's
interesting. Rob, I wanted to get your take on this. Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon is Star Wars with sex, violence, and swearing. Was this meant to be a Star Wars movie kind of thing at some point? Rob? Let us know what the background of this is, mate.
Je ne sais quoi. I've actually never heard of this at all, but I mean, there's lots of Star Wars fan fiction, so, and obviously people in Star Wars have things that go on, so I don't care. But yeah,
Peter, Efren, you were about to say something, mate?
I read about this briefly. Yeah, it was pitched as a Star Wars movie, but they declined it basically. Right. And Zack Snyder, went on his own, tangent.
Did it anyway?
I don't think just because it was supposed to be with Star Wars, I presume he has the rights to it. It's his story, so he has pitched it to somebody else.
Interesting. I mean, I've read a little bit about it, and it looks quite interesting. So, looking forward to it. James, do you know much about this one?
Yeah, like Efren said, it was Zack Snyder's pitched to Lucasfilm, a Star Wars film, and they said no. I just love the idea, and like I've wanted this for kind of a long time. The way like Game of Thrones to Lord of the Rings, this will be like Game of Thrones to Star Wars. It'll just be like a mature sex and violence take on Star Wars. I think that's really cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see it. And like I love Zack Snyder is genuinely one of my favorite directors. I think he's fantastic. And
I think what's good about these stories that you're talking about, Peter, is that even though there's a strike going on, they're still coming out with new shows and new movies that are coming down the line, which is keeps us interested.
Absolutely.
So is this going to be a show, or is this a movie?
It's a movie, mate. I'm a sucker for any kind of sci-fi movie. I like my sci-fi. Sure. So this, and I know you're the same, Rob, aren't you? So I'll give this a go. I have to say, James, I don't have as much confidence as you do with the whole Zack Snyder. I don't know how I feel about his movies. But yeah, I will definitely give this one a go and see what we'll think of it. What's next? Oh, Zack Snyder wants to make a Gears of War movie.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
I have no understanding of what Gears of War is. I'm presuming that's
it's amazing.
Video game.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Not for James because it's Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
I bought an Xbox to play Gears of War, so I'm aware.
Did you really? I love it. I absolutely love Gears of War.
Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not particularly excited about this. Anybody on the panel particularly hyped to see a Gears of War movie?
To my knowledge, there is one in development. I believe Netflix is making a movie, and I know for a fact that at least there's an animated series in development.
Yeah, there's got to be down the line. It's such a big franchise now.
No, I'm pretty sure that's been
it's got its fans.
I don't
see. Mike likes it.
Mike likes it.
There you go. Yeah. Just a heads up, we're two likes away from a 40 likes. So guys, hit that like button. And
I mean, if this works, James, if this works, James, what we'll have to do is every show will have the same kind of thing, but we'll just rotate it around the panel and we'll just watch random people die.
Well, you can buy me. Well, yeah, exactly. That'd be great.
I'll have to leave at that point.
Yeah. Pierre, I'm the only one who would do this for you.
You're the youngest one here too, man. So, yeah.
That is
Last of Us showrunner isn't against making spin-offs. We've talked about this before. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see some continuing stories in this universe. Rob, now I can't remember. Did you say you'd watched Last of Us, or was that another one that you hadn't caught up on?
No, I wasn't interested. It's another video game movie show. I don't care.
You're gonna upset you.
Damn. As generous as that offer is, I'm gonna say decline.
Politely declined. Yeah, politely declined. I mean, I have to say, Rob,
Sorry, Rob, I
I'm
love
with
you.
you. I had very little interest in this going in, and I think me and Luke were probably on the same page. I wasn't a big, well, I don't play the game or anything like that, but this show pleasantly surprised us. It was, I think, better than The Walking Dead in some regards for me. So yeah, it is worth, if you ever get a spare bit of time, Rob, worth checking out.
The problem is not only is it a video game that I don't play and I don't care about, but it's also a genre. I don't care for zombie genre for the most part. I mean, I have an appreciation for the original Night of the Living Dead and stuff, but at the same time, all the stuff like Walking Dead and all these other post-apocalyptic disease, like creating zombies and whatnot. The only one I've enjoyed outside of the original Nights of the Living Dead stuff was probably reading Star Wars Death Troopers way back.
I will say this, Rob. It would pleasantly surprise you because it doesn't really focus that much on the zombie aspect of it. It's more about the heart and the journey.
Right, but it's those initial impressions of what you hear, and you go, "Is this something I'm going to invest my time in?" And when you combine it with two different elements that I don't have a lot of particular interest in, for me personally, you go, "All right, I'm going to skip it, and move on to something else."
I would say just give it a shot. But Peter, we've talked a bit about kind of like The Last of Us as a franchise, going forward, and what I think is he's saying potential franchises. I think we'll very much get like a Hot D, like House of the Dragon kind of style thing, where when the show wraps up, we'll get a prequel or a follow up or of some kind. And I don't think they're going to Walking Dead it where they do 6 or 7 shows spinning out of it. Like I think it'll very much be okay. We have the main show, and we'll focus on this other thing, and then there's another thing potentially to come out of that.
I know I don't think Rob's a fan, but I've not seen any of the Walking Dead spin-offs at the moment because there's a few different ones out. I haven't caught up with any of them.
Yeah.
Jason Parker's just saying we're going to talk about some of the stuff we're watching in a minute, Jason. But Yellow Jackets I haven't seen, but From is absolutely superb. Efren got me onto From, and I've blitzed season 1 and 2.
Yellow Jackets, I still need to watch it. And it's supposed to be phenomenal. Yellow Jackets. So
right,
I'm really looking
what's
forward
that?
To watching that.
I don't think I haven't caught up
with
that.
About a girls' soccer team in the US, and
they
have a plane crash in the middle of nowhere.
Okay,
it's pretty much a synopsis, and then it cuts them like when they're older.
Yeah,
it is really. It's supposed to be really good, and
I have to put that one on my list.
Watch it. Yeah,
Chris is saying that video games are becoming the next medium. Absolutely, Chris. We've talked about that with James on his channel. That there's a massive catalog there that are pretty much ready just to pick up and turn into movies. The Last of Us was terrific. Yeah, it was good stuff. Okie dokie. So, James, you wanted to do this as a bit of a discussion topic. We've got AI art cannot be copyrighted. Judge rules. A human has to be involved in a piece of art creation in order for it to be copyrighted.
Yeah, I just thought this was an interesting topic to talk about because we've kind of seen lately creatives kind of concerned about the use of AI and how it might end up replacing like writers and producers and stuff. So like just the fact that things can't be copyrighted, it's like if a piece of AI makes a theme song, that theme song can be used by anybody, and like for example, the Secret Invasion intro can be used by anybody, I guess. So like it's
is that how it works? Would it still, so it wouldn't belong to Marvel in any way?
No, because like a person didn't create it. Like it was a computer that just like created that. So yeah, that intro, I suppose technically like anyone can upload that intro and monetize it, and that's it belongs to everybody.
Interesting. Anybody got any thoughts on that? No.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know that will stand up. Is my first thought.
Yeah,
like I like. It's interesting that the judges ruled that, but I just feel like, especially if a company develops the AI itself, then they own the AI. Then
yeah, but it depends on how the law is written, and so right now the judge interprets it until the law is then later updated to be changed to include something like AI, then it would not. But the question then there is, though, if an AI creation cannot be copyrighted, can an AI be so somebody who's using AI be sued for infringing on an existing copyright.
Yeah. It's this whole AI minefield is so confusing, has got the potential to cause mayhem, hasn't it? Right, Fuzzy's saying that he doesn't think Marvel are that silly. I think you're probably right, Fuzzy. I think Marvel would have misstepped massively if that's the case. And 40, we have hit 40.
Are we at 40? Okay.
Yeah. So we shall do that at the end of the show, James.
I want to see what this is. I want to see what this is.
Suffer for the rest of the show.
What is this supposed hot sauce? What is it?
Yeah, I forget you're a barbecue boy, Rob, aren't you? You'll be.
Well, I make a hot sauce that we call FYR, which stands for Frack You Rob. So I'm familiar with some spicy stuff.
Yeah. So basically, Rob, it's me. So basically, Rob, what we did was on my channel a little while ago, we got some Psycho Juice hot sauces, and we put ourselves through a bit of a challenge. Now we built up. We did 4 in a row on chicken nuggets, and I think we did ourselves all right because we kind of managed to get to the 4th one and would numbed with tongues. Jumping straight in, James, I think that might be a bit dangerous. But
so what's the pepper?
Do I get? It's a scorpion pepper.
Okay. It's not. Yeah, I mean, it's a spicy pepper, but it's not the worst.
No, fuck that. It was very bad.
You like it, James?
Yeah. Do I just go in my mouth or do
just
I
chug it?
Hang on. Don't, James. Don't chug it. Don't be silly.
Okay.
Put it some on a spoon or something. Have a little.
Just a whole spoonful. That'll do.
Give me a moment. Return to your thing. Give me a moment. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. Drink some milk or something else too.
Sugar.
I don't know if we can be. I don't think we can be part of this. It's like a company to manslaughter or something, right?
Yeah, if he dies live.
I just want it on record that I don't approve. But he is really far away, and I can't stop him.
Yeah.
This is a Hostel Part 5. Hot sauce torture.
Do I just put it in my mouth? James Keegan, 2023. Yeah,
it's deeply unpleasant, but it's not like the worst sauce you can get.
Yes, I remember watching DVH do this.
Yeah. It's the same. It's the same stuff. I bought the exact same sauces.
My stepdad, he got some sauce called SAS sauce. He says, get a little bit of that. Like a teaspoonful.
I've got some stuff here, James, I can send you next time that you actually have to sign a waiver for in order to acquire.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Nice.
Let's go for it. Okay.
But in the UK.
All right. Peter, I hope you appreciate this. I did this for you.
No, you didn't, James. You did it for you. I don't want you saying you did it for me. In case you die, basically.
Mr. 40.
You did it because you've been drinking.
You've got 40 likes.
Because you said, get on with it,
channel,
Paddy.
You dickhead. You have it. So you're welcome. I think that's the most likes you've gotten on a live show. So you are welcome.
Thanks, James.
I got the fucking
Englishmen, Irishmen, and Scotchmen take a hot sauce
I had a
challenge.
dribble on a nugget and it nearly killed me. So all right, let's do this.
Just get it in your gob.
Okay. Oh, Jesus!
Don't be a pussy.
It's YouTube,
nice?
jackass.
No.
Is that nice? Is this
I think he started sweating already. That's tremendous.
Well,
he looks shinier.
We had a 20-second kind of ban on drinks the last time, didn't we?
Oh yeah, true.
Here's the proof that drug James
is the best. He is the best.
And he can't wait for Thought Bubble. Yeah. All right, James. We shall just let you carry on dying in the background. All right.
Try and keep it down.
You're gonna vomit live on air. That'll be cool.
Do I talk more about AIR?
Let's see AI do that.
Let's talk about something he really wants to talk about now.
The Last of Us.
It's gonna
What
be
place
lovely.
is James? When does
touch on right now?
When does Spider-Man come out?
He's not going to be able to interrupt. Okay. Just wanted to mention this briefly. Oh shit! I've lost all my controls now. Where's that? Where is everybody? There you are. Just wanted to
Hey.
mention this, guys. Myself, Rob, and Dr. Von Hoot have been nominated for some of the comic book awards. Please do go and check out everybody's channels and make sure make sure you vote for everybody as best you can. Rob, you were nominated for, I think, was it 4 or 5 different categories?
4 categories, 5 different. I'm competing against myself in one of the categories. Yes,
Very good. Very good.
Because of comics curing cancer, but
Yeah.
I was nominated for statue unboxings, so thank you very much for that. Please do check that out. Dr. Von Hoot, I love this shot. I'm trying to work out what you and Mrs. Von Hoot are unboxing there.
Yeah, I mean, what's she looking at there?
Yeah, exactly.
I think his fly stuck.
It's the face every time.
excuse me while I whip this out.
Dr. Von
my
Hoot. Yeah.
turn.
Yeah, but Dr. Von Hoot, massive congratulations to you, sir, because you have been nominated twice. James is just off to die. You've been
He's left the
nominated
building.
twice. So for, was it best show and
It's best
Favorite
unboxing
channel,
and
favorite
favorite
channel,
channel.
and best
Supporter.
unboxing within the under 1,000 subscriber count.
Can I just say, I didn't expect it at all, and I'm very, very grateful that anybody even watches my stuff, let alone enough of you nominated me to get through to the 5 round. It's just
Absolutely.
blew my mind. Couldn't believe it.
Mrs. Von Hoot's watching your stuff as we speak there, isn't she? So that's...
Well, in fairness, we all actually nominated Magic Badger. You just got to ride on. You're just riding along on her coattails.
That's fine too.
Yeah. You're the co-host, yeah. Fuzzy Cinches admiring your burnt legs. Absolutely superb. So well done, gentlemen. I really do think they are great nominations for you guys. So thank you. It's superb. Okay, guys, what have we been reading recently? I just wanted to quickly mention a couple of books I've been reading. First of all, Daredevil, the end of the current arc. Efren, not sure if you've seen this one yet. This is a superb issue. It's absolutely brilliant. It ties things up nicely while still leaving it open for future stories. I'm not going to give spoilers in this, by the way. Spider-Man, you know what? Spider-Boy's grown on us a little bit. I don't know why, but yeah,
it's a change in the chemistry.
Yeah, I didn't mind this issue. My only worry is that I've read in some of the advanced previews that Spider-Man's turning evil or whatever. So I hope they're not going to break up this kind of arrangement already, because it was quite fun, this issue. Have you read this one yet, Rob?
No, I haven't. But I mean, I'm right up to issue 10, so.
Yeah, this surprised me with how much I actually enjoyed it, which I wasn't expecting to at all. It is, mate. It is. You'll be off to A&E in a bit.
Yeah,
I'm in horrendous condition right now, guys.
Good stuff. Good
really
stuff. I'm
suffering.
pleased.
I'm very glad about that.
Thanks.
Nice.
Wow, this is hard.
Spider-Boy isn't as bad as people claim. Yeah, I agree, Fuzzy. I did quite like this. Andy, you're right. Sorry, mate. Yeah, I'm thinking about the good old UK.
Yeah, sorry, James. You got to pay for it.
James, you're screwed. Void Rivals. Now, Von Hoot, are you still reading this?
I am still reading it, and this is going to be a little bit controversial, but I'm getting a little bit bored.
Von Hoot, that is not controversial at all. I thought this was cack.
That's free issue. That's the 3rd issue, isn't it?
Yeah, cack's maybe too harsh.
No, it's readable, but it's just there's nothing really to it. Each issue has more or less been the same, this sort of thing, and they're not really giving us anything to care about except for that one cameo you're going to get now. So it's like I want it to be great. Don't get me wrong.
The thing is, I read issue 2 and I was like thinking, I've read it before. It's like it's Saga. It's like 2 opposite. Alien races. It's just like I read it before, so
everybody's agreeing. And I'm glad. It's horrible to say, but I'm glad about this.
100%.
Because I read it the other day, and I thought, God, am I missing something here? It's starting to feel flat for me, which I was really disappointed. The best thing for me about Void Rivals issue 3 was the couple of pages of Transformers 1 you got at the end.
100%.
Right.
I know that is going to be an amazing book. I know it here. Like Daniel Warren Johnson doesn't let me down ever. So
Yeah.
that's going to be amazing. But Void Rivals itself, losing the want to read it. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep reading it. And I really hope that it eventually grabs me.
To be fair, David, I
can't even remember their names. Like,
yeah. To be fair, I was like that with Something Epic.
Right.
I started getting bored.
I haven't read it yet.
I
haven't read it.
I haven't read the current issue. Issue, I think it was 3 when he's grown up.
Yeah.
By the end of that issue, I was back into it.
Right.
Yeah.
James giving birth.
Okay, guys. Luke,
Which
what have you
boy?
been reading? Anything?
I haven't really, not this week. The kids are still off for the summer holidays, so we've been out and about. So I've just not had time for reading, unfortunately. I've got a whole stack of books here ready to go. Just haven't had time.
Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Darkwing Duck. I read the first issue of that, mate. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, so I'll have to catch up on that. How about you, GP? What have you been reading?
Yeah, so I haven't read any current stuff at the minute. I'm about a week behind on the current stuff, but with a couple of pickups. I've been reading Tales from the Crypt. This is
cool.
the Archives Volume 2. Absolutely brilliant. I also picked up the library edition of Hellboy. Just finished that last night.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant. And this one was one of yours, Pete. Barbaric.
Oh, yeah. Love Barbaric.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
This is one of my favourite reads of the year, this.
Von, who do you read that one?
Absolutely brilliant.
That will be absolutely up your street.
Yeah, definitely Von Hoot.
He's got a demonic kind of possessed talking axe. In the mouth of the axe, is always shouting for blood and chopping people's heads off.
Yeah, it gets drunk on blood. So,
I mean, there you go.
Yeah,
that's all you need.
You love it, man.
Yeah. So sorry, just I've spotted Andy's comment and made a chuckle. Good. Something Ethic is awful. Yeah, I love Something is Epic.
Yeah.
The third issue made me cry. Me too, bud. I thought it was the whole cancer storyline was beautiful.
Yeah.
I love it. No bad mouthing Something Epic. It's amazing.
I wasn't.
I agree.
I was starting to get a bit bored, and then it picked up at the end of issue 3, and I'm back in. So.
Has anyone mentioned Hydra's haircut? That's the name of Luke's new channel. He's going to be doing Hydra haircuts. So yeah, it looks stunning. Luke looks stunning.
The trouble is, you cut one hair and 2 grow back.
I was going to say, huh?
Well done. I like that. Good. Barbaric. Yeah, it's a great series. Really recommend it.
I think it's on volume 3 or something now, isn't it?
Yeah. Von Hoot, what you been reading?
Mainly, I'm still reading Injustice. I'm in year 4-ish of Injustice.
Great book.
And it is still awesome. I'm really, really digging it. It's a really easy read, very gripping, very like it's DC at its best, basically, that kind of thing. When DC hits right.
It doesn't let up.
I started Big Game, the latest issue, but I haven't finished it, so I can't really judge. But that's about it. Yeah.
I just remember when I was reading Injustice, the first time when I saw Superman put on that yellow ring, I went, "Oh, Snapdragon!"
Yeah,
it surprised me. I mean, spoilers for anybody that hasn't read it. It surprises me about the emotional impact of that story, even though you know it's an Elseworld one. Like, for example, when Nightwing bites the bullet, as it were, it's heartbreaking seeing the reactions. I just think it's an amazing series. GP, that's the one probably to add to a list for your show, mate.
100%. Yeah, do it.
Yeah, 100%. I think James's eyeballs are sweating, by the
apparently
way.
Just ask me what I'm reading first, please.
He needs
Kind of raise the sweating.
So, Rob, what about yourself? What are you reading?
This week is the basically end of month for me, so I'm reading nothing but business contracts. So, really exciting stuff.
Cool. That's on my list, Fuzzy. That's
big page turner.
Yeah. I would imagine that's not got much good artwork in it. I wouldn't have thought, Rob.
No, there's no. It's just walls of text. It's absolutely like crazy, and it reads worse than stereo instructions.
Yeah. Efren, how about yourself? Are you reading much?
I just mentioned to you, Peter. I sent you a message yesterday. I just picked up this book by Mad Cave Studios. It's called Hunt, Kill, Repeat. It says here, let me see. When the Greek gods invade Earth, society is quickly forced to comply with their new rulers. They basically go present time, the gods come down. They don't like the way they've been doing anything. They get rid of a lot of things like internet, just they don't have their freedom anymore.
The bastards.
But then there's one, Artemis, rejects her brethren's ideology and has found solace in the love of immortal. When she is called to Olympus to answer for her betrayal, the gods strip away her godly powers and leave her for dead. Now it's 10 years later. She's been in a coma and she's out for revenge. And she's immortal right now. It's a really good story.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds very interesting, mate. I've not heard of that one. I'll have to check that one.
5 or 6 issues into it right now. It's by Mad Cave Studios. And, we always talk about indie books. I found this quite entertaining, as far as I know, it's still ongoing. It's up to issue number 6.
I'll have to check that one out, mate. Sounds good. 27 people watching. Please do hit that like and subscribe for everybody's channel. James T. Keegan, what have you been reading?
Brave.
If we get to 80, I'll do another one.
No, you'll not. No, you'll not. Don't be silly. What have you been reading?
I'm still reading the Mirage Turtles one. It's good. It's weird. They don't spend a lot of time on Earth. It's like mostly kind of Elseworld and multiverse kind of stuff. Like it's strange. And like I was surprised at like some of the kind of weirder elements of Turtles were that early in the comic book run. Like the kind of Utroms and stuff like that is like that early. But it's great. Like it's really fun. Yeah,
good stuff. Good stuff, mate. Phil from Phil's Nerdyverse, is James pissed again? Yes, and he's also just done a spoon.
I was a little bit tipsy.
He's just done a spoon of hot sauce. And
if Phil, we hit 80, I will do one.
You'll not, James. So it's the glare in those eyes. Absolutely.
Yeah. James will be shitting through the iron needle in the morning.
Yeah. Okay, guys. So what have we been buying? I'm going to start off on this one this week. So if you've been picking up anything, now's your chance to grab it. I've got a few things to show, but I'm going to do a video about it, so you'll see that soon as well. I went to a Comic-Con today, and I had the absolute pleasure of meeting Chris, one of our Instagram followers. So Chris, lovely to meet you, mate. It was a canny con. It was.
I can't believe I missed this, Pete.
Yeah, it's in Dalton, just down your.
I know, it's just down my road.
It's the kind of con where it was in like a sports kind of hall thing. It wasn't jam-packed with stalls or with people, so you could actually move around. You weren't shoulder to shoulder. Chris picked up a really nice Captain America book, and I picked up a few bits and bobs. So I'll just show you. Like I say, I am going to do a video on this, but I'll just show you some of the stuff I got. We'll start with this. This is an original Ram Man. From Masters of the Universe. Nice. Came with his little axe, so
that's awesome. With the axe as well.
Right. Well, that's why I jumped on it, mate, because he had the axe, and it's not very often you find them kind of complete. No. So yeah, jumped on that.
How much did you pay for that one, Peter?
£10.
Amazing.
It's probably worth £10 by itself.
Yeah.
Wow.
Time.
Picked up a few comics. This is purely a cover by Alex Ross cover.
Nice.
Homage. So love that one. First appearance of Bane and first print, so pick that up. I picked this up purely because I don't know if
look at that.
I've got his name.
Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, I don't know if Dolph Lundgren was down to do a few cons in the UK last year, and if he comes back, I'd love to get that signed. So pick that one up. I've never seen this before. This is by Super 7. This is the X-Ray Optimus Prime.
Oh.
So really like the look of that. Basically, you can see all of his inner workings and things. So pick that one up to stick with my Prime collection. And the last thing I picked up, which was an absolute steal. I'll not show you the slipcase and everything, but it comes with oh shit. But this is the Platinum edition of Marvels. So
wow.
It's bigger than my head. It's absolutely huge. It's an absolutely stunning book. You know I love my Alex Ross artwork. This was on sale for 120, and I got it for 100. So I was quite pleased with that.
So that's just a light book that you leave back in the laboratory.
Yeah. That's my toilet read. Yeah.
Oh,
you.
I believe the photographer in the front of the book is Ben Urich for the Daily Bugle.
Is it? I mean, I remember reading it a while ago, but yeah, I think it is. I mean,
I was just thinking how much Pete needs to go to Specsavers to have a book that big.
Well, do you know what you're saying that? You're saying that, JP, but this con really did make us realize how old I was, because you know how at the con you have your boxes in front and then your wall of comics at the back.
Yeah.
I was having to take photos of the comics and then zoom in so I could try and see the frigging price. It was
honestly, mate. I went
horrendous.
I was in Nancy the other day. I went to buy a vape, and because when you go at the counter, everything's at the back.
Yeah.
I was looking. I said to the fella, "You're gonna have to read them off. I can't see. I need my glasses."
I
They
was
keep
telling
doing that though. You go to the con, they keep making the numbers small for them.
Small.
You can't really read them across. But
Yeah.
I'm constantly doing this all con, switching between
Yeah.
what the boxes I'm looking at and trying to look at the wall. Look at the box.
I was
You'll have to
telling
give it a
Chris
shout
when
on the next Dalton one. Like,
Yeah, you
I'll
have
have
to
to have
do
a
it.
look through, mate.
I was telling Chris when I was there, when I first got there, there's a queue of people, obviously. And I was walking through and I wanted the loo. So I was pushing past some guys and they were looking at us. Funny. This is a true story. And I thought, oh, because I have in the past when I've been out with James and stuff like that, I have had people say, are you Triple G Comics? And I thought,
Yeah.
oh, I'm going to get recognized again. Love it. But they didn't say anything. So I kept walking, got halfway into the toilets, and then they started shouting at us. And I thought, oh, this is it. They recognized us. Turned around, and the guy says, you're in the ladies' toilets, mate. I was like, fuck.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
So that's just how I identify and move on.
Oh, how dare you? How rude.
Right,
Yeah.
right now, I don't care.
I had someone. I was at a bar the other week, and I had someone come up to. I was walking out of the toilet,
No.
and a guy goes to me, like he looks at me and goes, yeah, "Triple G Comics." I was like, "Yeah, hey, what's up?" And he's like, he gave me a hug and shit. It was such a nice.
You said no. I'm not ginger.
Tom was his name. So Tom, if you're watching, thanks
Tom,
for that.
yeah.
In the Fibbers in Dublin, that was great.
Thanks, Phil.
interaction.
Thanks,
So thank you.
appreciate
Nobody
that,
ever
mate.
recognizes me from Triple G Comics.
Okay. I heard that, Rob. Anybody else bought anything this week? Anybody else picked stuff up?
Yeah.
Everybody. Well, good stuff, but pretty much. We'll start with you, Efren. What you got to show with Bud?
So it's just one book, and actually, I was talking to Rob right when I came on his show. Hey, I may get somebody may come at the door and ring. You know, I have a CGC book that they dropped off, and it's the very first book that I showed him on when I was on his channel earlier today. Just came in today.
Oh, mate, lush.
No, I got this. I sent it. This was during San Diego Comic-Con. I dropped
Dang
it.
it.
And
Exactly.
I usually
First
try to
Scarlet
drop
Witch.
off my books at conventions because you save on shipping, so I
Yeah.
just dropped them off.
That's
Yeah.
a stunning book. I mean, the
Amazing.
price of that book went mental during the whole kind of WandaVision phase. Because I was after
Yeah.
a copy myself, Efren, but it's
Yeah.
a stunning book, and I love that cover. I really do like the cover.
That's cool.
Good
cover.
stuff. Luke, have you got anything you want to show?
No, I'm just waiting for my Battle Cat.
Do you want me to show Battle Cat for you?
You could, but I mean,
No,
I'll
you're
just
right.
be gushing about it. It's so.
already-
I mean,
Now look,
so
when you
eager
get
to
your
get
battle
one.
cat, when you get your battle cat, are you gonna have it as Cringer or battle cat?
Do you know what? Right. So, as some of you already know, I have a Battle Cat collection. So I have a lot of Battle Cat figures, but they are all Battle Cat.
Battle
So
Cat.
to me, it makes sense to have him as Cringer. So I might
Mm-hmm.
do that. I might have all of the armor off. I just don't know whether or not I want the Cringer head or just the Ferocious Tiger head, because the Ferocious Tiger head looks to be the best one.
To be fair though, Luke, when
Then he's not Cringer though.
That's what I said
Yeah.
to my wife. That's
Yeah.
exactly what I said.
when I was
think
watching
he needs
Triple
Cringer.
J's video and I seen that Cringer head and he's looking so like doe-eyed and everything,
Yeah.
I think that looked amazing.
So that's
Yeah, I
what
think-
we're talking about.
I think just because I've got
big
so
boy.
many of them, that I feel like if I have him as Cringer in the center and then have all the others surrounding him,
Yeah,
that
do you
would
know what,
be-
Luke? That looked
that would be the
amazing.
best display.
Yeah, that looked amazing.
Don't
mate.
forget, you get that with him as well. So you have to have him on display somewhere.
Oh, absolutely. He's going to sit right here on the desk.
Okay. I can't wait to see you get that, Luke. 'Cause I think you're going to love it.
Yeah.
But Fuzzy had messaged us earlier. He thinks it's better as Cringer as well. Yeah, and I do think the only issue I have with the Cringer, if I'm being honest, is when you take the armor off, you do see all the joint work, but then that doesn't really matter. It's a toy. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But yeah. Phil, get out. What are you talking about, man? Who's cringing and what's a battle cat?
What?
How dare you, sir?
Left Red
Okay,
He-Man.
GP of the Venom. Let's see what
Yes,
you've been
sir.
buying. Hang on, let us bring me little. There we are.
Hello.
Hello.
I've got 3 books. One of them ties into one of the shows we'll be doing. One of the review shows we'll be doing later on in the month. But the first one is Bitch Planet.
I beg pardon?
Bitch Planet
Oh,
from Image. I read the first issue online, and it actually was really good. And then it looked like a sexploitation sort of thing.
uh-huh.
And it's actually a really good read. It's a bit about feminism it's about a women's prison,
Okay.
that sort of thing. It's a good read, honestly.
Sounds interesting.
Today I picked up just delivered today actually is Batman Haunted Night by
Oh,
Jeff Loeb
nice.
and Tim Sale.
Yeah, very cool.
So keep going
That's
on the
good.
Batman, and then Efren's not about, but he'd love this.
Oh,
Need a
that's
Horse
brilliant.
Nightmare
Yeah.
book. I picked it up because obviously we've got a show coming up about this.
Yeah.
So
Artwork and that is phenomenal. when you start
isn't
to
it?
see the
I've
monsters and stuff.
had a flick through, and I think it's like the first 1 or 2 pages, like a Cthulhu monster on it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I'm in, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool. Good stuff. Some nice
Yeah, that's
pickups there,
fine.
GP.
Yeah.
Hoot hoot.
I got nothing.
That's not true. You have stuff that has shown up, but it just hasn't gotten to you yet.
Yeah, I no, I have a whole hallway full of stuff. I just haven't actually unboxed anything to show you. So, yeah, afraid I'm out
Good.
today.
No problem at all.
Hey, Rob, did you send the comic books that I sent to you to send to DVH?
Not yet. It's been stacked up because he's been waiting for the stuff that I've been facilitating CGC to come back,
Okay.
and the last one just came back. So,
Okay, gotcha.
Good
let's see. Since we last met, I parsed only a couple hits for you because there's just way too much that I get in.
Mhm.
But since we were last
Oh,
together,
nice.
I picked up one of these. You know, it's kind of a nice looking book. I picked up at local con, Star Slayer
Yay,
number 2,
Fierce Rocketeer.
First Parents Rocketeer, 9.6
Nice.
only cost me $100.
That's very good. I think
I
I
am
paid
Jealous.
60. I've got 2 copies, Luke, if you want to have a chat. I think I paid 60 quid or something for one of my raw copies.
Yeah, I've got a raw copy, but it's quite beat up.
Yeah, so I was happy with that. There was a exclusive variant. This is limited to 600 printing of the.
I've seen one of them slabs somewhere.
Really cool.
Efren.
Nice book.
Alex Ross
I love that.
that came out.
Yep.
I love that cover.
I picked up a sketch variant when I was at the con. Actually,
That's
not sketch variant,
amazing. I
This was a
love it.
commission that I had made with Chris Marinan.
Very nice.
And I picked it. I was working out ahead of time with him, so he had it ready for me to pick up at the San Jose Con.
Very nice.
Last year he did a Green Goblin for me, so I was able. So now I have a Green Goblin and a Hobgoblin for him. Then a couple other raw books I picked up. at the
Ooh,
con there.
nice.
That's actually a really good read and good book. I really like that book.
Big couple of first appearances, first Thanos, first Drax, first Blood Brothers.
Yeah.
I picked up
Nice.
Oh,
nice.
That looks clean. That looks really clean,
is.
Rob.
Yeah, I picked them up and I got a good deal. I paid $850 for the 2 of these, and then they also included in a Champions one, a Shogun Warriors one, a Masters of the Universe #1 DC, and Masters of the Universe #1 Marvel. All got bundled together in that. So
Robbie had me a Shogun Warriors #1.
Oh, I have like
I love
20
Shogun
something
Warriors.
copies of Shogun Warriors in one.
I think I've got number 11.
I picked up this.
Wow.
Nice.
very nice.
That
That looks really clean as well. The spine
Yeah,
looks
it
good
really
on that.
does, doesn't it?
This is probably like a 4 or 5. It's got some it's got 4
Oh, yeah,
4,
yeah,
5
yeah.
stuff and stuff. But when you hold it back a moment and you get some of that beautiful it's not Mylar, but this is a bop bag, super clear, clean. It gets you that same Mylar magic bump. I got this one as a bundle from Nerdy Girl along with that one.
Oh,
Nice.
man.
Very cool.
So just a couple small books.
Yeah. Some very nice books there, mate. Some very nice.
Just
I love
another
that.
week for Rob Fatstacks there. Just another week.
That's how you get nominated for Monday Mail Call.
James, you put these on to mention.
Yeah, so Bella Ramsey was announced for Liverpool Comic Con, which we are attending. So I jumped on the opportunity to get a photo op and a autograph for. So Gabriel Luna was already announced, but I had a Jensen Ackles photo and autograph, so I was like unsure if I'd have time to get Gabriel Luna as well. But then Bella Ramsey was announced, and I was like, "Oh fuck it, I'll just spend my whole day queuing, I guess." So I'm I have autographs for both of these, and then a photo op with the two of them together. So I'll be doing that. So I am a stress ball at the moment about whether I will have time to do all of this in one day. I really hope I'm not just queuing for several hours the entire day. But we'll see.
Well, you know, I mean, the last year's con was a little bit chaotic,
Horrendous,
so, you know,
absolutely horrific. So yeah,
it's going to be an interesting day. Simon Pegg's also now attending, so lots of are jumping on that.
Nice.
So that's very cool,
Yeah.
and it's going to be quite an interesting trip because we've got quite a few people going there now. So we're going to see MJ Comics. I don't know if he's still in the chat, but look forward to that. Jason Parker and Amanda, Andy from Perpetual Comics is perhaps going to attend, so it's going to be a good one. Looking forward to that. Okay, what have we been watching on the old box? Dr. Von Hoot, you wanted to mention this?
This is tomorrow. This is my day tomorrow. I'm going to Wembley Arena. No,
Wow.
I'm not. I'm going to Wembley Stadium, sorry, to see the biggest the biggest wrestling show ever of people that have paid for their tickets. That's the little sort of quotation around it, because there was a show in '96 in North Korea where they forced 100,000 people to come and watch wrestling that had no idea what wrestling was. So that's the biggest show, but this is the biggest show that anybody has put on that has people actually paid for their tickets.
Was that the Ric Flair one in North Korea?
Yeah, Ric Flair was on the North Korea. Yeah. So this is tomorrow.
I think
It's
there's a
gonna be
few other
amazing.
YouTubers going there, you know.
Yeah. I'm in a chat with the.
Oh,
bunch of
good.
them.
Yeah,
So
I think Comic Deal's going, and
Comic Dale's going, and Charlie.
I think Charlie's going. Yeah.
Charlie's got really good seats as well.
Yeah.
Like, they're
He will
really
have.
good. Mine are pretty good, but he's got really good seats. It's going to be a 5 to 6 hour spectacular. Basically, I can't wait. It's going to be the.
I gotta imagine traffic's gonna be wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going via train, so it's going to be all right. But the card looks great. Everything about it looks special. And it's just a shame with the passings this week that we're all going to have one mind on the other thing that happened this week in wrestling.
But
I was just
I bet
going to ask,
they do-
were they
I bet they'll
supposed
do
to?
I bet they do a nice tribute to that. Do you know what I mean? I would imagine they'll do something.
I'm sure they will. And if they don't, the crowd will do a
tear
tribute
them apart.
themselves,
Yeah.
because
Were
the
any of
UK
those
crowds are mental. Like,
were any of those supposed to be at it? Like Bray Wyatt, was he supposed to be there?
no.
Okay.
Bray was contracted to WWE, but he was, because he was off for COVID anyway. It just wasn't. It would never be on the card. But, yeah.
Andy, I've told you, me and James have got a room. If you give us a ring, we can maybe get you on the floor or something. I'm not sleeping in the same bed as James again. Never again. Blue Beetle. Just wanted to mention Blue Beetle. I went to see this last week or so. It's not going to win. Oh, where did that go? It's not going to win any awards. It's not going to set the world alight. But you know what? I had a great time. I thought it was a good, fun movie. Special effects were pretty good. Loved the family dynamic. I loved him as a character. His family was superb. There were some laughs in it. Pretty much your standard villain of the week kind of thing. But actually, do you know what? I quite appreciated the fact that it wasn't connected to any massive big. I didn't have to know 15 different films that linked into it. I went and watched a start and finish kind of movie. So yeah, I quite enjoyed it. Like I say, it's not going to win any awards. It was probably like a 7.5 out of 10 for me, but a fun movie. Efren, you've seen it. What did you think, mate?
When I go to a movie, I just want to be entertained, and I was. I mean, this is not a well-known character. a Blue Beetle, the original Blue Beetle with Ted Cord. And this is just the newest version of Blue Beetle. I love the family dynamics. I'm Hispanic. It made me laugh, about
Did you say Ted Cord, the original?
Yeah.
Wasn't it the original Blue Beetle?
No, Adam Garrett. Is it Adam Garrett?
No.
Okay,
I
my
always
bad.
thought it was Ted Cord.
Ted Cord was in the movie.
Here we go. He's bringing out the banger.
Yeah. So is that not Adam Garrett, Rob? Is that not his name?
Yeah,
so he
very
was.
similar, yeah.
So he was in the movie, Efren. His costume was in the Beetle Cave.
Yes.
Before Ted Cord's costume. Yeah.
The Beetle Cave.
This one's from 1946. This is issue 41. So you go back way. See, this character's been around a while.
Well, I did not know that. Thanks for telling it. Yeah, that's cool. But I enjoyed it. Like I said, the whole Hispanic thing, hit a chord for me. No pun intended. So I really
See what you did there. Well done. Yeah. No, I'm the same, mate. I'm the same. And lots of people are saying, that it's been just a fun movie. Phil, I think you'll enjoy it, mate.
Yeah.
Wow, Evil's in a 9.5 out of him. Yeah, very good. Very good.
Let's
have a look. Blue Beetle will probably be a movie I watch on a plane movie.
The thing at least they're going on your phone is appropriate. So,
I think the real test for this movie is, Peter, would you buy a hot toy?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because first of all, I love the costume. I love the design. But I just think they could do so much with it, with add-ons and things like that. But I would also buy a Ted Cord hot toy as well, because I love that original Blue Beetle costume. Not original, apologies, Rob. I love that second Blue Beetle costume.
I will go out to see it, but I just I know it's been out for a few days now. I've just not really been artist to go.
Yeah. The thing with me with sorry, James.
No, go ahead.
The thing with me with Blue Beetle, I actually like the actor who's playing Blue Beetle.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big fan of Cobra Kai, and I really enjoyed him in that. So I'll watch it for that. And everybody's going about this movie and that movie now from Marvel and DC. Just go out and enjoy a movie.
Absolutely.
Nobody can go out and enjoy a movie anymore. It has to be a ton of baggage attached to it.
Andy's commenting there, that's exactly what I said. I got quite irritated watching IG a while ago because people were celebrating not the fact that they didn't enjoy the movie, you hadn't seen the movie. They were celebrating the fact that it had failed, and that was great. And I said, at what point did we turn on ourselves, Anyway.
I went on IG. I seen one person, a bunch of us know, just put hashtag flop, and I was like, fuck you.
But it's a good movie. I would check it out. And there's a scene in it. I'm not going to spoil it, but there's a scene near the end involving a craft that I just loved. It was just everything I wanted it to be. I thought it was super.
Because I wasn't. Everybody, I don't care.
Yeah, because I wasn't. I wasn't good. I wasn't expecting it in the movie, so it was very cool.
That's my.
Is there a good post credit scene, like a good tease of things?
Hi, John. There is, if you're a comic fan. Yeah, there's. Yeah. It was a bit predictable, but there's a good tease.
Yeah.
Anybody else seen it, by the way? No.
I nearly bought tickets for Wednesday, but then I nuked my legs. So
yes,
yeah. Next week I will see this movie.
I would. A couple of people in the comments here are talking about Superman and Lois. I've seen the first 2 or 3 seasons of that, and it's absolutely brilliant. It's really good. It's
agreed. It's really, really good. Yeah. I love it.
Do you know I first seen him when he first showed up in Supergirl, and I really enjoyed his portrayal of Superman. So I will get around to watching it.
Stuff, honestly.
Yeah, I will get around to watching it. So
it's a good series.
Yeah.
Evil's just saying 3 scenes got me to cry. You know what, mate? You're right. It was far more. I wasn't expecting some of the emotion attached with some of the characters. It was quite interesting. Rob, Dan Garrett. I knew it was a Garrett, but very cool. Yeah. Did I say Adam Garrett? I can't remember. But yeah.
Call yourself a comic book fan. Get with a bait.
Hang on, just quickly. I promise Pete that if I dislike a comment from now on, I'm just going to leave another shitty comment on the Thor Love and Thunder review page. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. Fuzzy, just checking in. Luke, are you still alive? Good stuff.
I've speaking about half an hour. Like, what's going on?
Okay, couple of other things to mention. Have we really got to Von Hoot? What the hell's
What is
Greatest
this?
Days, mate?
What the hell is that?
The
I watched this
official
last
Take
night.
That musical. Never
Get
heard
the heck out of town.
Right. Hear me out.
No.
Okay. I know this is a tough sell, but
Yes.
it's really good.
You'll hear me out. This isn't true.
So,
Everyone's pissed off, by the way. What have you done, Von Hoot?
Everyone doesn't know what Take That is.
yeah.
And he's gone.
Is Rule the World in it?
I'm still here. I'm just listening.
Okay. So it is not about Take That. So it's like in the sort of Mamma Mia vein of taking
The official
a bunch-
Take That isn't about Take That.
Yeah, it's not about Take That. It's about a group of ladies and how they grew up loving a band that they only refer to as the Boys in it.
Okay.
So like Take That aren't in it. They aren't even referenced other than like a cameo that takes
So
And-
why is it saying the official Take That musical?
because it's all Take That's hits.
Because
Now, one thing you might not know about me is I have a fairly eclectic music taste.
I
so-
figured that. As a
So
mole.
so like everything from doom metal to gangster rap to pop. And
The
like
hell's
I went through a stage where I tried to listen to Take That, and it's mainly utter garbage, except maybe for the hits. Like if you try and listen to their albums, it's like you might as well just give up. Like it's not worth it.
Rule the World in it.
Yes, like of course
then I'll give
it's
this a
a
watch.
hit.
'Cause that's the best.
James is 100% in.
But it's more than that. It's a really well told story.
There's a copyright
And
claim.
that I really enjoyed with good acting, and it's like I say good acting, right? Some of the acting is good, not all of it. But the main thing that I want to drive home is that if you're even vaguely like that sort of pop music, is that you don't have to put up with Take That singing it, because they re-recorded everything with other people that can sing. So like it's an uplifting story at the same time as being a musical. And now, depending on your tolerances for musicals, then I guess where you'll lie on it. And maybe your inner like middle-aged woman isn't as out and proud as mine is, but like I enjoy this stuff. It's joyous.
I'm
I love
loving
it.
this comment by oh, I've lost it. Where's it gone? I'm loving this by Chris Bell. Psychology degrees now have a specific module on TVH tastes.
To be fair, Chris, his estrogen levels just went up to 100% as well.
Okay, moving on. Recommended by Von Hoot, Greatest Days. Yeah. James, no spoilers because I'm seeing Gran Turismo on Monday.
Why?
I don't
Yeah, that
know.
looks
Mate,
cat.
honestly.
Like I just can't be bothered.
Yeah.
Um,
What was it like,
This-
James? We've got people in the comments saying it was good.
this is really good. I was actually surprised. Like, so this
Really
is
good,
the newest,
James.
PlayStation Productions film. I was actually blown away by how good this was. So
Huh?
it's based on it's based on a true story. It's about Jan Mardenborough, who is a Gran Turismo video game player who went on to become won a competition and he went on to become a professional racer. It's just a really kind of engaging story, and I think like the performances in it are fantastic. Like David Harbour is genuinely brilliant in this movie. Like I think his character is really entertaining and puts in I think probably his best performance. There's some surprisingly emotional moments in it. It's just like you're really just rooting for the main character the entire time. I was quite surprised, and it's Neil Blomkamp, who's a fantastic director. So the racing scenes themselves are really well done. So I'm not really like a car guy or like a racing guy, but I think this is like a really really solid film. So I'd recommend this.
My mates one of my mates is a rally driver, so he's dragging me to see this. So should be interesting.
I think I like it. Yeah,
Here's the thing with me. I love the first Gran Turismo game on the PlayStation. Absolutely loved it. Obviously, David Harbour, massive fan of David Harbour.
Yeah,
seen the trailer for this, and I'd rather shoot myself in the foot and then go and watch it.
There is a little bit of cheese, but I think like
Very much so.
the movie overall is.
Bet there's more cheese in Greatest Days.
Do you know
I think
what?
that's a
I'm in the
safe
middle,
bet,
Pete.
yeah.
I don't know which one I'd rather watch.
Mad. Just to
What?
mention, Only Murders in the Building season 3 is out. I know I
Yes.
mentioned this a little while ago. It's absolutely phenomenal. So please check that out if you haven't seen it already.
2 episodes
Okay.
in, and it's
Right.
fantastic.
Pete,
Me and
Pete,
James.
Pete,
James, I'm going to talk
make
about
sure you let us know whether Gran Turismo is good, because I will watch it if you tell me it's good.
Okay,
But
right.
like,
You don't trust my opinion, Mr. Von Hoot?
I appreciate that.
I'm
Von
saying
Hoot. Thank you.
it's a PlayStation game movie, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna like it.
No,
If Pete
no,
says it's
no,
pretty
no,
good,
no,
then I
not
might
at all.
watch it.
Not at all. I very much.
James,
kinda went
James,
in
James,
not
you've just
caring.
eaten a spoon of hot sauce. I'm afraid people are doubting your ability to make decisions.
I did that
right.
for you, Peter.
Yeah,
I did it for
You
you.
are welcome.
Let's talk about the Soka. So, James,
Yeah,
I know
okay.
your views, so we'll let you rest for a little bit.
So I'll shut up
Um,
then for a few minutes.
yeah.
Okay.
Rob, we'll come to you. Have you seen Ahsoka yet?
Oh yes.
And thoughts?
I'm very happy with it thus far. I thought it was a very good amount of pacing, of mixture of some action along with some story, planting some seeds and some hooks that I'm interested in and want to see where it goes. So I'm very pleased with it. I think it's a solid outing. And I want to see more.
Good. And that's exactly what we want, really, isn't it? That's that's as much as we can hope for, I guess, with the Star Wars show at the moment.
Yeah. Or any show out of Disney Plus
Yes.
lately.
Absolutely. Anybody else seen it? Luke, you seen it?
I haven't caught up with the other Star Wars shows yet.
Yeah, you don't need to, really.
Yeah, I would tell people who are like concerned about that, because I know I've had several people reach out and say something and ask me about it, because obviously a lot of the characters that we get introduced in these first 2 episodes are from Rebels, and where it picks up a lot of it comes from there. I wouldn't tell people that they need to go watch Rebels necessarily, because Rebels is a lot of seasons of a lot of filler. You could probably find very easily a YouTube video that gives you a 20-minute condensed story.
That's
If you
exactly
go
what
on
I
Disney-
did.
I
Sorry.
think my other issue as well, though, is, and it's not just Star Wars, it's some of the Marvel shows and everything else as well, is that we've had so much content thrown at us and not all of it has been great. And so when one of them does come up, and I'll use Andor as an example because people have been raving about it, but when something like that does come up, I'm still not driven to watch it. Like, so even though people were raving about it, I still haven't then gone and watched it because I've been so disappointed by the others that I've seen. So it's quite hard. I feel like once I get into it, I'll be into it. I feel like then I'll be along for the ride. But it's just jumping back on is a tough sell at the moment.
Yeah, I will say and all, and Disney Plus, if you go on there, they have Ahsoka centric episodes. So they've got like so much of Clone Wars and Rebels to catch you up before you watch Ahsoka. As for me, I'm for Star Wars and Marvel and basically superhero fatigued at the minute.
Yeah.
So I'm taking a big break from all of that. So I haven't watched Ahsoka yet. I probably will do it like during the winter when I get like
Catch up
days
with
off
it,
and
yeah,
everything. Yeah.
I think it
How
is
about
a
you,
really
Efren?
steep
Sorry.
barrier of entry for this show. Like, where if you've not watched Rebels and you've not watched Clone Wars, there's a lot of stuff you're not getting or not really getting as much out of as you should be.
That might be the case, but I don't know any of that stuff, and I thought it was really good. Like it didn't make any difference to me whatsoever.
I'm absolutely with you, Von Hoot. I know, James, we talked about this yesterday, and Efren, I do apologize. I'll come to you in a minute, mate.
Sure.
I know we talked about this the other day. You feel like that because you know that back history. I didn't feel that at all. I felt like I could just watch it and enjoy it for what it was. And
that's how
in
it should
fact,
be.
I
But that's
thoroughly
good,
enjoyed
isn't it?
Yeah.
That's really good. It's just like people fresh coming into the universe can get straight into Ahsoka. That's really good. It's good to hear.
Efren, how about yourself?
I like this quote. Fuzzy Dunlop said it, and I'm not a diehard Star Wars fan, but I do enjoy it a lot. I enjoy Star Wars, Star Trek, Marvel, and I found that it was quite enjoyable. I just finished watching the Star Wars Rebels in the Clone Wars a few years ago. I never watched it when it first came out. So I enjoyed the first 2 episodes. I enjoyed the music. It brought me back to the original Star Wars from the 1970s, and even the opening scene when they show that starship coming in, that directly reminded me of Star Wars when it first came out. Like I said, it's quite enjoyable. I'm a big Ahsoka fan, though. I won't lie. You know, I really like her character, the animated one, and Rosario Dawson's portrayal.
Yeah. Fuzzy's saying there it was decent as usual. The ones who pick it apart are the diehard fans. With most things, you're right, Fuzzy. If you go in and watch it for what it is, I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah, I certainly enjoyed it. I think I would have preferred Ahsoka to be animated. Yeah. She Connie loved Rebels. Oh, we've got DJ Links in the house. Hello, DJ Links. Congratulations on your nominations in the comic book awards, mate. Well done.
One of the things that I think is, then the animated stuff be interesting. One of the things that I think especially I liked about these 2 episodes and how you mentioned some of the things that were callback. Remember, when you watch the credits on this thing, it was directed by, written by, produced by Dave Filoni, who has been essentially, if Lucas had an heir apparent, he has been basically hand selected by Lucas and has spent so many hours just having conversations about the reasoning why and his thought process that went into stuff. If anybody understands how to make a truly Star Wars thing, it's him. And it's unfortunate that we won't see every single episode written, directed, and produced by him. But kicking off that way, and hopefully, his heavy hand in the whole series, combined with the fact that he was there creating this character, we should get this in a very Star Wars feel, and I'm super excited.
I completely agree with you, Rob. I think it's important to have that overarching hold on the series, rather than it being kind of written by committee with 100 different people doing stuff. And I also loved the fact that both episodes, we'll come to you in a second, Von Hoop, I loved the way that I love the way that both episodes had a good mix of character-driven conversation, but each episode had good action sequences as well. So there was a mix for everybody, Von Hoot.
The only thing I wanted to say, whilst I really liked it, and I thought this is the strongest Star Wars thing I've seen since Mando Season 2. What I will say is I always use Badger as a barometer for things.
Yeah.
And she got about 10 minutes into the first episode and was like, this is really boring.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how I used to feel as a kid with Star Wars as well. That she does mirror me when I was really young. I was like, get on with it. Quite a lot. Whereas I loved it, but
I have a really good friend who is a diehard Star Wars fan, like wears a Grogu hat every day. Hates it, like absolutely hated it, like and said like I'm not gonna watch anymore because I don't think the story is very good. And I was like, okay, but like Dave Filoni, I love Dave Filoni. I think he's great, but like he fucked up Mando Season 3, so nobody's perfect. So
do you think it's because I've seen a post on IG about the voice actress for Ahsoka. And she did the cosplay. She did the cosplay for Ahsoka. It looked really good, but she didn't get cast as Ahsoka.
Yeah,
and they went with Rosario Dawson instead.
Yeah,
and
I think there was a lot of backlash on that or something. And
nobody's upset about Rosario Dawson.
No, I'm not saying that. I was saying it's like she played Ahsoka for quite a while, doing the voice acting.
Sure.
Why didn't the cast her?
She's not a live action actress though. She's I'm pretty sure she's.
I know, but she can act with voice actors. She can act though.
No, but she's exclusively a voice actress. Like she's not. She doesn't do live action roles. So like, I don't think that's something she pursued.
But Rosario Dawson does play Ahsoka stiff
superbly. No, I think she's great. Well,
no.
Again, it depends if you've got back history, I suppose.
Yeah, I would agree that she's too stoic.
I've got nothing to.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Stoic. That's what I meant.
So
she's
too distant.
So
if you say Ahsoka in Clone Wars, she's
very emotional and very.
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
Rob's going to kick off. Rob's kicking off.
Character growth. You have a character in Clone Wars who was a teenager and was didn't know anything.
This is gonna get
led by the craziest freaking most asinine. that goes through a situation where by the end of Clone Wars, she has been framed for crimes.
Yeah.
The Jedi Order has abandoned her. She's gone off to go live her own life in a farm off stuff, and it fundamentally changes her persona and her perception of things, and then eventually gets pulled back in to this whole galactic warfare and everything else. And at this point, we don't know where she's been during all of the Star Wars movies, but except it's been hinted that she's been potentially on some sort of spiritual journey and other stuff. And plus she was trapped for a while between the world between worlds and stuff after fighting Anakin and discovering that Anakin had done. There's a lot of things that fundamentally changed the character. The fact that she is at this point very stoic as an elder, essentially at this point. Jedi, still steadfast though, even though she doesn't see herself as a Jedi, sees herself as one of these people who's fighting for peace and freedom throughout the galaxy and everything else. I don't have a problem with how she plays the character at all. I expect that kind of character growth.
My retort would be that in Rebels, we see her in this time, like around this time period, and she feels very in line with the Clone Wars version and Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, because I was just going to say, because like episode 2 gets in line with Rebels.
Yeah,
Rebels.
Literally, episode 2 ends with
literally,
reenactment of a scene in Rebels.
Yeah, so shouldn't she still be in line with
exactly
like how she was in Rebels?
Yeah, exactly.
Rebels is
Guys,
still
let's draw this to a close because you're starting to sound like nerds. And you're obviously very, very passionate, and I get that. I guess what I would say is, just to round it off, was I think perhaps if you've got all of that back history to the character, perhaps you view this a little bit differently to people who are coming in fresh, like myself and Dr. Von Hoot.
Yeah.
And I get that, any changes to people's characters can upset people, but it is what it is. It's a show. And it was.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it
Move
is.
on. Why don't
I'm
you?
just glad that Chopper was in it. That's one of my favorite characters.
Again, this is a point I made last night. Again, you guys know Chopper and all the backstory. I don't, and I immediately fell in love with him immediately. So
we all know you would.
It's a show for me.
Do not get me started on Chopper.
Yeah. A thing that didn't do it for us was this. This is Haunted Mansion, Disney's Haunted Mansion. Went to see this the other night. Based on the Disney ride, it was just flat as a fart. This didn't do much for me at all. Anybody seen it?
No.
Anybody interested in seeing it?
Didn't they already do this?
Yes, they did.
They
This
did.
is
With Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
which begs the wonder, why would they do it again?
Absolutely.
Well, I just wonder why they released it now and not at Halloween.
Halloween.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Stupid,
That's
isn't it?
mad. That is like whoever in Disney decided that needs firing right now.
Yeah.
Because even if it's utter trash, just put it out at Halloween and people will want to at least vaguely see it. Like,
Yeah, this for me, I'm trying to remember back to the Eddie Murphy version, and I think I liked it more than I like this.
I enjoyed that version.
This had some great characters in it, Danny DeVito, Jamie Lee Curtis, and they were all, for me, wasted in it. So not a one, not a one I would recommend people rush out to see, to be honest. And to be fair, with Disney, all of these movies hit Disney Plus in a couple of months, don't they? So this for me is very much a one to watch when it hits the TV, I think. Now, I did see this, and I know James T. Keegan's seen this. Anybody else seen it?
Not yet.
No. Okay, we're gonna. Me and James are probably going to do a proper review of this. So I'll just give you the broad strokes before we move into kind of a conversation about ghosties. This, in essence, is a bit of a retelling of a kind of a Ouija board story, with this hand acting as a Ouija board. So you hold the hand and you say, "Talk to me," and you can see spirits of the deceased. If you hold the hand too long, you let the spirits into your body, basically. And it was bloody brilliant. It was frightening at times. It was incredibly emotional. It deals with some real hard subjects of suicide and things like that. The character journeys throughout it, I thought, were superb. The special effects were superb. I loved everything about this. I took my well, I went with my wife, my 18-year-old daughter, and my younger son, who's 16, who doesn't normally like horrors. And all of us thought it was superb. Jessica was grinning from ear to ear. She loved this. So yeah, if you like horrors, which I know some on the panel don't, Ephraim, Ephraim, you'll not sleep for a month if you watch this, mate. But if you like horrors, this is well worth a view. James, what about yourself? Did you like it?
What a fantastic movie! Really, just stunning. The cast were just phenomenal. I think like the main actress in this, like it's a star-making performance. We're going to see her in things, guaranteed. All the characters just felt very believable. Their dynamic felt they felt like a real group of teenagers, and I think the movie takes what on paper is kind of a very generic idea, like this kind of MacGuffin hand that summons the spirits or whatever, and does something very unique with it, like where there's kind of like and in a way that's like not what you would expect, but like kind of feels real, like feels like what a thing people would actually do with that, in real life. Phenomenal cinematography, like that opening sequence. It's like the first like 5 or 6 minutes are one shot.
It's terrific.
And you're in there, and it's like really ends on like an oh my god kind of moment. Just phenomenal. Like I think one of the best horror movies in years. Like genuinely.
I've got to ask now. I've got to ask, because I know me, you, and Peter's talk, James. Is this better than Evil Dead Rises?
It's
on par.
It's a different kind of film
because it's unexpected. It's like came out of nowhere, I think.
Right.
Like, Evil Dead is a franchise, Also, Peter, I don't know if you're aware, they did a Pearl with this, where they filmed a prequel at the same time.
Oh no,
that's out next year. It's about the guy at the beginning.
Yeah.
So there's a whole movie about him.
Very cool.
Filmed already. So this is a franchise. Like we're gonna see more of these.
So shall I wait for the prequel before I watch this? Or...
No, watch this. Watch this. It's fantastic. And like me and Peter are so excited. Like we want to do like a review video because it's so good. So it's
I love
absolutely rush out and see this. Fantastic.
Fuzzy saying Ouija board is a brand name. I didn't know that, Fuzzy. That's an interesting little fact. I like that.
Yeah, Ouija board's been around since the 1800s,
So nobody else has seen it, I take it, no? Just me and James?
No.
Okay, and that kind of leads then to the end of the show, where we're going to talk a little bit about ghost movies and possession type movies. Now, I know a lot of you, or some of you, aren't particular fans, but you have suggested a couple of interesting movies there. So we'll start off. Who put forward Ghostbusters?
Oh, I think that was me. Yeah. I just, I'm more lighthearted side of everything on the ghosts and everything. And Ghostbusters was fun. You had possession and all this other stuff going on, and Gozer. It was good fun, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, it was.
I think even horror fans like Ghostbusters. I mean, though it's not a horror film, but they still enjoy it.
I mean, Ghostbusters has got some good scares in it. That initial scene with the lady in the library is pretty,
It has some really solid suspense moments in it through it, like peppered through.
There she is.
Oh yeah, very cool. So yeah, Ghostbusters are winner now.
And of course, the last, not the last version one that they did with the kids and stuff. That was, I mean, God, it moved me to tears, man.
Oh yeah,
very
cool. Phil, ghost movie with Michael J. Fox called The Scream.
The Frighteners.
The Frighteners.
Phenomenal movie. Like such an underrated movie. I love that one.
Jeffrey Combs.
Yeah, and again,
mind-numbingly boring. I didn't watch it for years and years, and I watched it like a year ago, and I thought this is it doesn't help that the CG is rubbish as well. Like it's just
it was brilliant back then though, Von Hood.
I mean, Von Hood, I'm sorry, but sometimes your taste in movies. I mean,
I need to give it another watch.
Ninja 3.
I've only seen it once. But,
what the shit is Ninja 3?
All right. What? Well, I was trying to think of something that's super fun that not other people wouldn't think of, really. It's about a woman that is possessed by the spirit of a ninja, and another ninja is tasked with killing her. She's an assassin. It's a riot. I mean, it's not empirically good, like, but it's loads of fun. Loads of really fun action sequences where nobody hits. There's like clearly no contact on any of the punches and kicks. It's just a great laugh with awesome 80s special effects left, right, and center. Like it's a real good laugh film.
I mean,
like,
possessed by the spirit of a ninja. That sold it for me. That sounds
there you go.
tremendous.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Okay. Evil Dead. Who sent us that one?
I also sent that. To be fair.
Yeah. I mean, a classic, isn't it?
In terms of possession movies, up there with the best. Like just Deadites are such characters. Like to see them and
I understand why everybody loves Evil Dead 2, but I think Evil Dead 1 is just a smidge better because of how relentless it is, and it's darker. Now it depends what you want in your horror movies, obviously.
Yeah. Field of Dreams doesn't qualify. Well, it does. Yeah, I'm just lying. Rob, you sent the best of all the movies for every category. Beetlejuice.
Of course.
Yeah.
I mean, what can you say? I mean, it's taken us a while, but we're finally getting there. But he's the ghost with the most, baby.
Yeah.
You know, the whole thing is just great.
But again, you know, I mean, Beetlejuice is one of my all-time favorites, and I know Luke in particular is a massive fan. But in terms of practical effects, it could be pretty scary if you're a young kid watching them pulling the faces down and the eyeballs coming out.
Yeah, it was all kind of crazy. Yeah, back in the day, that was nuts.
So, Luke, you're a big fan of Beetlejuice, aren't you?
I absolutely love this movie. I mentioned to you guys in our little chat before the show that my daughter is named Lydia after Lydia Dietz, played by Winona Ryder in Beetlejuice. I've got movie posters, I've got lunch boxes, I've got action figures. I absolutely love it.
Now, Luke, did you when your daughter was born, did you tell your wife why you named her Lydia, or just said you like Lydia?
I just said that I like Lydia, but it didn't take her long to realize. It didn't take her long to put the two and two together. But me and my daughter have actually been watching the Beetlejuice cartoon. I don't think she's ready for the actual movie yet. Although she does constantly ask, because I've got the movie poster just in front of me here, up on the wall. She knows that she's named after a character from that film, from that franchise. But yeah, I absolutely love it.
Nice, very cool.
How old's your daughter, Luke?
She's 7. So
she's old enough.
Is it
6-year-old watches it? 6-year-old watches it. She loves it.
It's a PG-13.
I was watching Scream at that stage, so
she's already watched all like Jurassic Park and stuff like that, and the next thing on the list is tested with Gremlins. Primarily Gremlins 2, because I think that's more of the fun one for a kid to watch.
Just jump straight in.
I mean, I think I would give her a little while first. Look, but yeah, I think Beetlejuice is an incredible movie.
Yeah.
I popped The Exorcism of Emily Rose on this list. I don't know if any of you guys have seen it. This is one I talked to Efren a while ago.
Do you know the true story behind that?
Yeah, so this is based on a true story.
I wonder about this film, because I'd heard that it wasn't much of an actual horror movie or like an actual possession movie. So I never really got round to watching it. So
it's worth watching, mate, and then just reading the real story afterwards. Because it's absolutely horrific in terms of.
So the real story is it's based on the exorcism of a German girl.
Yeah,
Emily Rose.
Is it Anneliese Michaels?
No. Yeah, Anneliese Michaels, I think she's called.
Yeah, Anneliese Michaels. Yeah, and it's about the priest and the parents that put her through this horrific exorcism ordeal.
Yeah, it's just abuse. Basically.
Yeah, it's a really great story to get into, the true story, and then the film itself is absolutely brilliant. Yeah, absolutely check it out.
Worth checking out. Last Exorcism, is this the one that's coming out soon?
No, this is
been out
6 or 7 years ago. I think this is I saw this in the cinema. I think it's a really underrated movie. So it's a found footage film about like a documentary crew that go and witness an exorcism, and it kind of builds as it goes. Really fantastic cast, I think, in it, and just really haunting, and like the ending is like really like
it's,
shocking, you know. So yeah, it's really amazing watch. Like I'd strongly recommend that.
It's got a sequel as well. Did you know that, James?
It does. I've not. I know that there's a sequel. I haven't seen it, but like
it's not too bad.
Okay, yeah, I have to give it a go at some point.
It goes
I'm
in
not
line
sure
with
if I've seen that one. I don't know if I've seen the last Exorcism.
I'll give it a watch.
Check
It's
that one out.
fantastic.
Yeah,
the guy that plays Banshee in X-Men First Class, isn't it?
All right,
he's really good.
Yeah, John. Insidious movies are very, very good. I like them.
Terrifying. I think Insidious 1 is the most scared I've ever been in the cinema. Like I was probably.
It's very effective. Insidious 1 is really, really good.
Yeah.
It's like jump scare movies now. It's like what gore was back in the 80s.
Yeah.
All horror movies now are jump scares. You cannot have gore now.
I'll never see an exorcism movie, man. I was brought up Catholic, and it just hits too close to home for me, and it's just bothersome. I just don't like them. I mean, those type of movies, Beetlejuice, yeah, of course, that was a funny one. But these exorcism movies, I'm starting to watch other horror movies because of you guys. You know, I'm starting to get used to it now. Like I said, I watched all the Scream. I found it enjoyable, but exorcisms, I just don't like them.
Yeah.
Going back to what GP was saying about the jump scares, this is my problem with my horror movies. Like, I love all the older 80s movies, but I feel like a jump scare is a cheat, mostly because I want to be scared of what's going on, not just the loud sound.
I agree. Look, I've always preferred the kind of and that's I think for me, that's the thing with the Talk to Me movie. It's the narrative of the story and how creepy it is. And although what I will say is the best bit of going to see that movie, my son Thomas can cope with horrors, but what he says is jump scares just do his head and he can't cope with it. The trailer for the Nun was on before it. If you guys seen the trailer for that, there's a proper jump scare in that. Literally the entire audience shit themselves. The people in front of me literally jumped on each other's laps. It was that effective. It was very cool.
Probably the most effective.
That's the thing.
Like, modern horror icon design is the Nun. I think like it's really just something so unsettling about it.
The jump scare, there is a time and a place for a jump scare, and I think that's really important. And that's where you get your good horror movies and your bad horror movies. You can have a jump scare in a movie, because I hear a lot about how people hate jump scares, but they don't hate all jump scares. They hate the ones that are repetitive and annoying.
Yeah, there's good jump scares. Like,
the
best horror films have like 1 to 3 jump scares in them. Like,
you have to earn it, is the point.
Luke, guys, let Luke speak for a second. What were you saying, Luke?
The best jump scare that's ever been put to screen is actually from the Alien franchise. Like, you get the jump scare of the cat hissing, and that makes you jump, but then you see the alien creeping down below. That's the scariness that you want. You know, you get that little jump scare, and then you get the actual monster, like the actual threat. That's that, like you say, it's got to be done properly.
Fuzzy, I've seen that movie, mate. I've seen that movie.
Fantastic. Yeah, that's a great
movie. It's so shit.
Yeah. Oh no, it's a great movie.
Luke, you sent us Left in Darkness. I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, so as with most good horror movies, they tend to be B movies. They tend to be low budget movies. And I watched this on the Horror Channel once, many years ago, and I loved it so much. I actually had to import the DVD because it was only available over in the States. And it's basically the story of a young girl played by Monica Keena, if anyone knows who she is. But basically, she dies of an overdose at a party. And it's all about the light and trying to get to the light. But there's creatures outside that want to try and get you before you can do that. Right. So it's I don't want to give too much away about it because I do think it's a really strong concept. Like I say, it's not a high budget film, but it really works for what they've got and what they do with it. So if you get the chance to find it, I don't know if it's streaming anywhere or what, but I do recommend it.
I'll have to check that one out. I've not seen that one. It sounds very good. Pad Bear, completely agree, bud. Completely agree. John, we've talked about Hitchcock on the show a little while ago. Hitchcock was a master of subtle jump scares. Evil's Comics, I enjoyed Smile. I thought Smile was good. I know James wasn't as enamored with it, but I thought it was a pretty cool movie. You keep saying that,
but I really liked it. I don't know why you've said that multiple times.
Yeah, sorry, I thought you said that you weren't a big fan.
No, I thought it was great.
Okay. Yeah, good stuff. Drag Me to Hell. Who sent Drag Me to Hell?
Fantastic choice.
Get out of town.
I think it's often forgotten movie of Sam Raimi's
It's terrible.
canon. It's not though. It's,
I love
it's
it. I love it.
really well done.
Yeah.
It's in the pitch of Evil Dead. So like it depends on your tolerance for that kind of horror. But I think it's a really underrated sort of.
Is it not a sequel to Evil Dead? I always
No,
heard
well, I mean
like
it
a
probably
follow-on.
should be. Like it feels like it is, but it
Probably
isn't.
shouldn't.
I love the start with the old lady in the bank.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everything.
I mean, there are some really cheap bits in it, like some of the stuff with the old lady at the bank is like you're just doing it for gross out, sort of.
Yeah.
But that's fun. Like that is a fun thing to do in the right circumstances. And this film was doing this, like a roller coaster that just keeps going up and up and up and up and up.
The thing is, I'm a massive Evil Dead fan, and this film just did nothing for me.
Yeah. I thought it was really cool.
I don't know what to tell you. Like, watch it
Okay,
again.
guys. So we've had lots of comments in the comments section. We recommend some great films. Devil, not heard of that one. Korean horror. Sounds very interesting.
I saw The Devil. Yeah, it's a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
have a
also
good one.
suggest The Others with Nicole Kidman. That was
I like that.
Yeah, that's a great one as
Yeah,
well.
that's a terrible
good
movie.
twist.
Terrifying.
Good twist at the end, isn't it? Yeah, I really like that one as well.
I have
Skeleton
I have
Key
a-
is a very good one as well. I think.
I have a scary movie. It's called Ex-Wife. You guys go watch it.
We've all let them dead.
Sorry, son. Sorry to tell you that, son.
Okay, guys. So, last question. I'm going to pose to each of you. We'll start with you, Rob, and just elaborate on it a little if you can. Do you believe in spirits and ghosts?
I believe that energy is eternal, and and so how it comes back into the universe and goes around, it's who knows exactly for sure. It's beyond me, but sure, to some degree, in some shape or form, where all energy is eternal. You can't create or destroy energy according to the laws of physics.
Yeah, that's a great point. James T.
No, it's all bullshit.
Fair enough.
If you think there's ghosts, you're stupid.
Okay, Luke.
I'm gonna. No, I don't believe in ghosts, or like an afterlife or anything like that. But if I were to believe in anything, I would lean more towards science. So if we were to believe in like parallel universes, and I don't mean the silly ones like in the movies, then I would assume that maybe you're seeing something as it's colliding or as it's passing by. I would base it more on that than anything else. But overall, no, I don't believe.
Okay. I kind of thought you would. Okay. Ephraim, how about yourself?
Oh yes, what Rob said. I believe in that stuff. For some reason, I just do. I've mentioned my religious upbringing. I think that has a lot to do with it. But I think there's spirits out there. That's my opinion.
No, agree. GP.
Yeah, I'm a massive believer in the paranormal, spooky, supernatural stuff. Whether it's interdimensional or residue of this, that, or the other. But I think I've talked to you and James before about doing a podcast about the sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But it just fascinates us.
I find, I mean, we talked about UFOs a while ago. This is the same for me.
Yeah, I missed out on that one. Yeah. But with the advent of all the CCTV and everybody having a handphone camera, go out and check out a channel called Nuke's Top 5. You see some unbelievable stuff like that. I think there's something more to it.
Yeah.
And I'm a massive fan.
Good stuff. Von Hoot?
No, but I made a documentary when I was at university at this place called. I made a documentary.
Major documentary. Okay.
Very cool.
Send the link, please.
We'll have to watch this.
Yeah. I mean, it's not available, so you can't.
You can send it to it.
Not much of a fucking documentary, then, is it? If it's not available to watch.
Remember, Von Hoot, I've seen your knees, so we can share anything now.
It's not about the documentary. Okay. Yeah. So this was a place called the Ram Inn, which is like just outside Cheltenham. right?
Yeah.
Which is supposedly one of the most haunted places in England. And I don't believe particularly in that stuff. However, Cheltenham routinely is the hottest place in the country because it's in a basin with all the
It's got all the ley lines going through it. The ramen sits above them all.
Yeah, that stuff. Well, it was the hottest day of the year outside the ramen when we made this documentary. Inside, you could see literal, like you could see, it's like being in a freezer.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know whether that has anything to do with ghosts, but it was creepy as hell because I'm told this is the capital of Ghost City. Like, so, like, again, I don't actually believe in it, but I was in a place where there was it felt a very weird thing.
Yeah. So the ramen was partly haunted by, he had a succubus.
Yeah, I know.
He had a witch. And all of the demon manifestations in there. Was it still John who was the owner of the ramen?
Yeah, it was John.
Yes, but he was seduced by a succubus and everything. And
yes,
there's lots of documentaries on the ramen.
I'll send you the documentary. All right.
Yeah. Has anyone ever been suspectedly? Has anyone ever been killed by a ghost? Like, why would you be scared? No one's ever been killed. Is there anyone who's I'm sure killed the person?
James, I'm sure that probably
how would you know?
has been.
Well, that's the thing. How would you know? But that's the thing. Is there any that's like it's a theorized that?
I don't know. I mean, if you're scared of something there and you're fleeing from it, then you might run into traffic or off a ledge or anything. Like, who knows? Like,
I know there's creepy that you have the whole the woman that was in the water tank on the hotel.
Yeah, but
that was creepy. That's creepy.
It's very creepy looking, but she clearly had very bad mental health. So it's
have you noticed
weird,
about her?
That was
weird. She was locked in though, outside.
It was weird.
She didn't lock herself in like someone.
Luke, what were you saying?
I was just going to say, have you noticed though, they always wear a particular type of attire. Like, you only see them during a certain period. You know, it's a Victorian or a Georgian era. You don't see any ghost dinosaurs.
Just before we finish,
it's
Ghost
not a good point because you get Monday ghosts as well. So
God forbid if we had ghosts of
Luke,
all the chickens that we kill in a single
year.
year.
Thousands, millions.
Fair point on the dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Look, you just reminded me of just before we finish up, one really underrated ghost movie, the Tower of Terror movie. Seen that?
Yeah.
It was like a 1997 or something. It was a Disney TV movie. Terrifying for that era, like for a kids movie.
Oh no, I didn't mean that. I meant the good Tower of Terror movie.
With the do.
Yeah, that's just you.
Nobody brought up Ghost. I mean,
good point.
I've never seen Ghost. I'm holding my hands up.
I have a quick question.
Yeah,
James, when you had the chili, you didn't see any ghosts or spirits around you. You know, when you're getting all red, I'm sure something must have been around you.
I saw a bright light.
Yes.
Bright light.
He'd have some demons coming out of the oven.
AF-15 at the end of it. So yeah.
Okay, guys. So from my point of view, I'm absolutely with Rob. I don't know that I believe in. Well, because I'm not a particularly religious person.
Pete, you work in a hospital.
Yes.
You ever do any night shifts and it was a bit dodgy?
Yeah. We've had a few nurses being held down in rooms and things like that.
My house.
Hang on, let us finish what I was saying. So from my point of view, I forgot what I was saying now. Do you know what I mean? It's a frigging age when you
about people being held down or something.
You're saying that you agree with me. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I remember exactly. I remember watching a show a while ago where they talked about things like, you can't see radio waves, you can't see ultraviolet light, it's around all the time. So there's something potentially there, whether it's echoes or whatever. But yeah, I tend to ascribe to that. I think in terms of the hospital GP, we had the ward I was on, which was a, a cancer ward, unfortunately. We had a room where the staff used to go for breaks to sleep on night shifts, and repeatedly on a number of occasions over a few years, there was incidents where people would wake up and felt they couldn't get up out of the chair because they felt they're being held down into the chair. Whether that's just story goes into people's heads and then they imagine it or what, I don't know, but it happened on a number of occasions.
The house I grew up with, we had to have a priest come in and like bless it because there was a ghost apparently.
Yeah,
and then my work now, we've had a few, like there was like a suicide there at one point, and like a few people have died, and there's like lights flicker at night sometimes, like it's very creepy atmosphere. Like I lock up at night.
Island, isn't it? You're on like a proper. I was going to say it's island. You aren't on a proper kind of power line, are you?
Yeah, exactly. Well, we have banshees everywhere. That's the thing, isn't it?
Banshees and leprechauns.
My freshman year of university was at a school that was considered one of the most haunted places in America, and literally the building next to my barracks, it was a military school. There was a room that it was sealed off. It actually had been walled over. When you count the doors and stuff, you could see that there was it was walled up because supposedly, the story goes is that somebody had a student had committed suicide in that room, and then a couple of years later, another student was in that room, was haunted by the student who had died and drove themselves to commit suicide, and then a third had done it in that room, and they walled off the room.
Rob said, "I'm not sleeping in that fucking room."
Yeah,
and there were stories about the library late at night, people hearing like things going on and books moving around and all kinds of crazy stuff. But I never saw any of it. But
just going to jump to the
military school. They tell stories, so
Well, that's it. Yeah.
Just going to jump to the chat, guys, before we call it a night. Just see what people are saying. So, Evil, he definitely believes. Gig Hunter. Yes, he believes. Jason Parker. Jason, you bought all the gear to do a ghost hunting channel, didn't you?
Jason, we'll go for ghost hunt.
Yeah,
that'd be great. We should do that together. Go for
Ian's saying he's seen his grandmother.
Do you know what? I would totally be up for doing that. I would go on a ghost hunt. I'd do a ghost podcast, but you would have to expect me to be the one who doesn't believe it. I'd be the
we do think that though, Luke. I think if we took you out on a ghost hunt, you would be the one who doesn't believe it.
I'd have to be the skeptic. Do you know what I mean? Because there's so much that can be explained, but I'm eager to find the stuff that can't.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're like the Aegon of the group.
Hey, quick question, Rob.
Like mold and spores.
Have you ever been to the Winchester haunted house in San Jose?
It's around the corner from me. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the Winchester.
Yeah, it's right around the corner from us.
Yeah.
There's a house in LA called the Octagon House. That's in LA. I'm not sure whereabouts, but that's supposed to be really haunted.
Very cool.
So,
right, guys, trying to wrap this up because I've got to go and pick my daughter up. So, Connie, I'd be inclined to.
There's a kebab van down the road.
She's in Newcastle, so I'll probably be seeing some ghosts tonight.
Yeah.
I'll be inclined to believe something. Yeah, agree. Fuzzy, proper bollocks. Couldn't agree.
Sheriff.
Phil, it doesn't help when you get plonkers on TV going to haunted mansions and pretending they feel someone's granny. Yeah.
Dirty bastards.
Dirty bastards.
Versus going,
what are you watching?
Just having a quick look through. Loads of comments. Sorry, guys. I'm not jumping on everybody's comments, so I do apologize about that. But just seeing if there's anything else here. Lots of interesting comments. Yeah, good stuff. Phil, my kid was able to describe Jerry. It was very weird. Even worse when my wife asked him, and where's Jerry now? Behind you. What the hell are you talking about?
His son had a
my 3-year-old. Oh, right. My 3-year-old had an imaginary friend called Jerry. Jerry was my Mrs. Granddad. Oh, and he'd never told us this name, but apparently Jerry comes to visit him at night. Oh, mate. Up in the northeast, there's you guys won't have heard of him, but there's a radio broadcaster called Alan Robson, GP. You probably heard of him.
Yeah,
he's a legend up here, But he used to collect all of the ghost stories from his nighttime show. He put them into 2 books called Ghostly Tales, which are superb. Yeah. But I remember reading one of them about some kid who'd gotten a kind of karaoke machine for Christmas. And this kid had an imaginary friend for years and stuff like that. And the family basically were playing the karaoke, listening to what he'd been singing, and they heard the voice behind them of somebody else in the room singing with him. Awful stuff. I mean, you never know if this stuff's just made up, but yeah. Interesting stuff. Okay, guys, we did ask the great people over on Instagram. Lots of people commented. No, fuck. Pussy, Dunlop, ghosts, aliens, Nessie, Jesus. Until I say it myself, I'm not having it. A pure mince, absolutely. Do you know the Muffin Man from Austin?
I do.
I have no clue.
The Muffin Man?
The
What he's
Muffin Man.
talking about.
Well, yes, I know the Muffin Man. He lives on Drury Lane.
I'm not sure how that's going to do with ghosts, Austin. I ain't afraid of no ghost. GP Venom, I do. Kind of, but I'm skeptical. So yeah, that's been interesting, chaps. Very interesting. We'll probably need to do these bits at the start of the show to try and get more in-depth conversation. But yeah, interesting stuff. Okay, thank you very much, guys. We're going to call it a night there because, like I said, I do have to go and pick Jessica up at midnight. Thank you. It's been a great show as ever. I really do appreciate everybody jumping on. Just to mention, Monday, we've got our Cinematic Universe Phase 2 show. So please do come over and check that one out. That's your whack from me. I'm probably going to be doing my comic book show at some point, either tomorrow or I might do it Tuesday. I'm not sure yet. Rob, what have we got coming up on your channel, mate?
Oh, well, Monday, mail call. Thursday, CGC unboxing, or CGC and CBCS signature stuff that came back. And then Saturday, the Only Slabs again with Unruly Simeon. If you didn't see the stuff that I dropped this week, go back and check it out because this week's mail call and this week's con haul were, well, you kind of saw them, but so I guess never
Good
mind.
stuff. Good stuff. Great content as ever, Rob. James, what have we got coming up on your channel?
I am in the early stages of doing a video about my recent adaptation of becoming a Ninja Turtles fan. So yeah, bit different. Like I might do a bit on camera stuff. Just kind of try out a new format for that.
Do it,
so
James.
Be in the
Good
next
stuff.
couple of weeks, hopefully.
Good. Look forward to that. Luke, what have we got coming from Hydra Collectibles?
Well, first of all, I'm so excited about James's video. I can't wait to see it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've just recently uploaded a video about Turtles myself, doing a comparison between the original Mirage comics to the 1990s live action movie. So I'd like to recommend that everyone go and check that out. And then on Monday, I've had to re-upload an older video. So this was a rather successful video on my channel where I was showing off my NECA Planet of the Apes figures. But I had to take it down due to some copyright stuff. And after hearing from you about how YouTube are playing at the moment, I figured it was best to take those videos down now and then fix them up, re-upload them. So I've only got two. One of them's going to be a complete rework, but the Planet of the Apes one is actually still, in my eyes, pretty good. So all I did was remove the sections that were causing problems and I've re-uploaded it. So please, anybody who cares, can you just give it another rewatch, even if you just play it in the background, just so I can get those views coming back on for that video. And then finally on Friday, hopefully, if the gods permit, I will do a video about Battle Cat.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing that. Should be good. Thank you, Luke. Efren, how did your show go last night? Because you were over on Hood Rat's channel,
It was different. I wasn't exactly sure. It wasn't like a replay or a review of Ahsoka. We went like a different tangent. We were thinking of things that could happen that we imagined, so that was different for sure, because we hardly talked about the show at all, the characters and who we think certain people are. And so it was different. It was interesting. I just dropped a video yesterday. I'm doing a giveaway on my channel. Anybody can enter. I found out how much it costs to ship to the UK. So it's not that expensive. I thought it'd be a lot more. So it's good. I was on Rob's channel earlier today. Thank you again, Rob, for having me on your channel. He was showing you some of my books. And I plan to go live on Peter's channel at the San Diego Comic-Con Museum. We're going to do that. And I'm going to a convention in about 2 weeks. When you do Saturday again, maybe I'll do another on the spot thing.
Brilliant.
Just having fun on my channel. And everybody that's watching this, please sub and subscribe. Everybody who's on this panel, because all you guys have always great content, which I always enjoy. And that's the main thing for me, to be enjoyed on YouTube. So.
Good stuff. Thank you very much, Efren. I'm looking forward.
We love you too, Efren.
I'm looking forward to the
my old man,
to the visit of the museum. That should be good fun, mate. GP, what's coming up on your channel?
Yeah, first I'd like to say, look, I'm only 5 subscribers away from 39,000. So please just go ahead and don't shake your head, James. I'm only joking. Tomorrow I've got a quick overview of Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2 from the Mighty Marvel Masterworks. It's football season, so obviously I'm getting football cards. Yes,
Lovely.
Peter, tell you, yeah.
You should do a few Spider-Gwen videos. It seems like your fan base enjoy them.
Mate, there may be another Spider-Gwen video on its way, so that does really well. Just
I'll
did one
get you
today, actually. It's
another
got like
50,000 subscribers out of that, so that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
yeah. I won't complain.
When's the next book review show coming up?
When are you next available?
Oh,
Tuesday?
I'll have a look. Not sure.
What's the next
I'll have a
book?
look.
Oh, it's the
It's TMNT Body Count.
Body Count, yeah.
Good stuff.
Cool.
So,
Good stuff, GP. Von Hoot, what we got coming up on yours?
Well, I plan to do sort of a little bit of a vlog about my trip tomorrow to All In. Hopefully, I'll have that up on the way home from it. I'm going to try and bash it out on the train, which I shouldn't probably say because that's
that sounded wrong.
hello, nurse.
Haven't we all bashed it out on the train?
No, just you, James.
just you.
I have no shame.
So that's hopefully coming out tomorrow, yeah?
So in theory, that'll be out like Monday morning, maybe.
That's on OnlyFans, is it?
Likes.
Yours is.
Train master.
Yours will, yeah. Then I'll have another unboxing on Friday, hopefully. I've had to slow down a little bit just because of things like my leg falling apart and having actual things to do in real life, which is very rare for me. But this last week or so, it's been a bit slow. But hopefully I'll pick it up again and we'll have some more unboxing goodness.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Because you're a bit like me. I think you've got piles of unopened boxes to try and wade through, haven't you?
Yeah.
Much like myself. Okay. Thank you very much, everybody. It's been an absolute pleasure. We had 30-odd people watching at one point, so that's much appreciated. Thank you to everybody in the chat function. You've been superb as ever. Don't forget to pop around on Monday to see we're in our Marvel rundown. So that should be good fun. Okie dokie. Right, that's your whack. Thank you very much, everybody, and we'll catch you all next time. Bye.